Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Adrian here from Major Mateo Drones. Another weekend, another Saturday is finally here. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a good weekend. I know I am. However, I do have some bad news. My little tiny hawk, I lost it today. So, tiny hawk gone. I was flying that bad boy in the house, doing great. Took it outside, went ahead and the wind took it, went bye-bye into the trees, the next door neighbor's yard. So tiny hawk, I gotta go find it now. It's just stupid, man. Stupid mistake. Let me go ahead and say hi to Mr. Chris Wedgeworth. How you doing, buddy? He was already in here waiting for me at 8:40 p.m. Thank you, sir, for the love and support. Arizona Drone Dude, how you doing, buddy? Ken T. Bradley, how you doing, Chief? Thank you for coming in. Danny, the View Chaser, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in, man. Appreciate you, bro. No, Danny, actually, the tiny hawk flew just fine. Got all the batteries charged up and everything. What happened is that it was my mistake for taking that thing outside. You know what I mean? And it was kind of windy. So I was flying it in stabilized mode. And stabilized mode, if I'm not mistaken, it won't really fight the wind. So the wind took it, you know what I mean, took it away and lost it for now. So hopefully I'm gonna go ahead and get up in the morning tomorrow again when it's nice and cool, and I'm gonna be searching for it a little bit more. But for now, yeah, man, I don't have it. It's gone. Yeah, you said that yours stopped working. I lost mine. Mine was working just fine. It just man, that thing is tiny. Tiny, tiny, tiny. I just lost it, man. He just went away. The last time I looked at the goggles when I had it on, it looked like it was on a tree branch. It could have been, because that little camera's so small. It's like you're looking through a freaking fisheye. It's probably on the ground on a branch somewhere. I'm gonna have to keep looking for it. Hopefully, I'll be able to find it. Hopefully. So yeah, that's what happened. Lost it for now. I just hope that I'll be able to find him, and I just want to find a damn drone. This is actually my first drone that I ever lost. Never lost one before, so. Hey, Donnie, I don't think that I sent you a link to the stream. Let me go ahead and do it now and send you one. Give me a minute, buddy. Hey, Donnie, I just sent you a link if you want to go ahead and join. There you go. Email sent. And I appreciate it if you guys go ahead and please go ahead and hit that thumbs up on the stream. I really appreciate that. How you doing, Mr. Michael McReynolds? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in, sir. Listen, I lost a family member, bro, and I'm going to watch. That's fine, Danny. Damn, I'm sorry about that, man, that you lost a family member, bro. My condolences to you and the family, man. Sorry to hear that, man. Was it a close family member, Danny? Your granddaughter. Holy crap. Sorry to hear that, man. I didn't know you were already a granddaddy, Danny. Holy cow. 4 months old. Dang, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, man, that hit home anytime you lose a family member that close, Danny. Again, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. You got my phone number, man, if you ever want to go ahead and call and talk a little bit, man. So it was a miscarriage, pretty much. Okay. I hear you, man. Jesus. I know how that is, man. How you doing, Mr. JDS? Flying Canic, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in, sir. Hey, JDS, I don't think I've ever had you on my stream before, man. Here's my email. If you want to go ahead and send me an email, buddy, I'll send you a link for you to come into the panel. There you go, buddy. There go my email. If you ever want to join me, man, I'll appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for coming in. Actually, JDS Flying Canic, it wasn't him the first one. It was actually Chris Wedgeworth. He was the first one that was actually waiting for me at 8:40 for the stream to start. But I actually started like 4 minutes late. I was trying to get everything set up the right way, and I was having a little bit of technical difficulties. My signal is not the best tonight, but hopefully I do look all right on YouTube. How do I look? Do I look pixelated? Do I look all right? How do I look as far as picture goes? I probably look pixelated because the signal is not the greatest. Yep, I look pixelated. I can see myself in YouTube right now. Okay, JD is kind of, that's fine, man. Go ahead and save it, buddy. If you ever want to go ahead and come on in, I appreciate you, man. Makandev, how you doing, bro? Thank you for coming in, Chief. I appreciate you, man. Carlos, your link is in the email, but if you want to go ahead and jump on in, you too, Makandev, your link is in the email, man. If you ever want to go ahead and come on in. Yeah, guys. Danny, aka the View Chaser, he just went ahead and broke the news over here live that his granddaughter, I guess the granddaughter actually died in the mommy's stomach. So yeah, man. That's fine, Carlos. I'll be here, buddy. Well, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm still looking for the little tiny hawk out there in the woods. I lost that bad boy today, so I'm not gonna give up the hunt. I'm gonna keep on looking. I just want to find it, you know. Dang. Cannot believe I lost it, man. First drone ever that I've lost. And crashed like that, by the way. But that battery literally only lasted about 2 minutes and a half, maybe 3. That thing just went down. That wind just took it. Hey, Makonde, don't forget, buddy. Your link is in the email, man, if you want to go ahead and join. About to go ahead and send a text to someone real quick. Michael McReynolds, Adrian. If I live close to you, my friend will help you. I'm sure you would, man. I'm sure you would. Thank you, Michael McReynolds. I appreciate it, man. That's really what I need is a second set of eyes. And I don't want to take my babies over there either because, you know, it's the next door neighbor. And, you know, the bushes are so freaking high, man. I don't want them to get hurt. Yeah, hey, Arizona John Dude, that would be the tiny hawk too. Yeah, man, that tiny hawk too, man. That thing just It flies and the handle's amazing, man. But it's not really good for outdoor, especially, you know what I mean, in the wind. I just wasn't thinking clear, you know what I mean? I was just enjoying it. I was just enjoying it, man. How you doing, Lon?
Fine.
Thank you for coming in, buddy.
Yeah, I was busy arguing with a person from Australia that thinks he knows American laws better than all Americans do.
Thank you, Michael Morenos. I appreciate you, man. Hey, sometimes some people do act like they know everything, man. You know how it is.
Like, go chase a kangaroo or something. Anyway.
Chase a kangaroo, damn.
You know what I mean? God, dude. God, get so
How
tired
you
of those
doing,
guys.
How you doing, Mr. JSK Enterprise? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in, sir. Really appreciate you, my man.
So how did your virtual flight experience go today?
I did not do it, man. I got to play my Call of Duty, man, playing a little bit online, and time just flew by.
Yeah, that's not going to help you with flying your FPV drone, bro.
Yeah, I know. I understand. How you doing, Mr. Michael Blade FPV? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in, sir. Really appreciate you, my man. Yeah, I'm on my third tiny hug too. The first, I've heard several people say the same thing, Michael Blade. That thing, man. Some people have literally lost 2 or 3. They're like on the 4th one or the 2nd one or whatever. But I don't know if I'm gonna buy me another one, man. After this one, if I can find this one, I'm not getting another one. I'm done with that.
Hey, Adrian, question for you. Do you think the Tiny Hawk would lift the Apple AirTag?
The what?
Apple AirTag they just came out with.
I don't know, man.
You know what I'm talking about? It's like the size of a quarter, if I'm not mistaken. You can probably double-side tape it to a Tiny Hawk.
I heard of it, but I don't know, man. Hey, Michael Blade, my email is in the chat, bro. If you want to go ahead and join the panel, buddy. There it is right there. Send me an email and I'll send you a link. I don't know, Lonnie. I don't know if it would. I have no idea. I just know that drone doesn't have that much you know what I mean, to like pick up anything. So I don't know.
That's true. Yeah, I never thought you could. I know you can fly them outside. I just thought it was kind of a bad idea, but I don't know. You know, I'm not an FPV guy, so I can't speak. You know.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Hey, Berlin's channel, how you doing? Thank you so much for coming in. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You've been having some great live, Berlin's channel. Thank you so much again for coming in. Really appreciate you. Hey, Lon, Matt Condiff saying hi to you, man. You ignoring him, dude.
What's up, Matilda?
Matilda.
Hey, I forgot to tell you, I had some excitement this week. My motorcycle was stolen like 2 years ago, and they found it in Georgia.
Really?
Yep. I got a guy going to pick it up now. I hired a service to go pick it up. So
sweet.
Yeah. So we'll see. You know, the cop said it was in good condition. You know, that's all they would tell me. So yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you get it. Hopefully you don't have to hire a hitman, you know what I mean, to go and get that supposedly person that's supposed to get it for you.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, you know, I almost wrote it off, to be honest with you. I mean, I gave up on it 2 years ago. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I just wrote it off. I said, oh well, it's gone. You know what I'm saying? It belongs to the streets now, yo.
How did you even find it? Like, what? It's not like you had a GPS on it. How did you even know it was in Georgia?
No, the cops pulled some dude over.
Oh,
he was still riding on my plate, my 2-year expired plate. I had 2019 plate on it. I just put on it because it got stolen in April. and the guy was riding on my plate. So the cop pulls him over, you know, like, dude, your plate's expired and it's from Michigan. You're in Georgia, right? And then it comes, you know, then come to find out, you know, he ran the VIN number, the bike was stolen. So homeboy's sitting in jail, you know what I'm saying? I have to go pick my bike up. It sucks though, because I got to spend like, you know, $800 by the time I'm done to get it back. But
yeah. How you doing, Mr. Jim's Droning? Thank you so much for coming in, buddy. I really appreciate you, sir. But yeah, I mean, golly, Georgia, holy crap, dude, that's far from home.
Georgia. Yep.
Now, I'm assuming that the person stole it in Michigan and just rode it all the way to Georgia.
I'm assuming that it's probably changed hands 2 or 3 times. That's what I'm assuming.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm assuming that it just changed hands. Like they get little gangs or whatever you want to call them. The cops will tell me when it was stolen. They mark out what bikes they want to steal. Then they run out one night. They steal 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bikes, and they throw them in a truck and meow, get out of Dodge. You know what I'm saying? You know, they take them across the state line real quick, get them out of here, and then they sell them elsewhere. He said they usually part them out. It's unusual for a motorcycle to be found all in one piece like that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what I'm getting back. We'll see. It might be a totally different bike. I might be just getting my frame because that's where the VIN number is, right? It's on the frame.
Yeah.
For all I know, I'll have like who knows what motor on it. Who knows? I have no idea what it looks like or nothing. Well, we'll see.
Gotcha. Well, man, jeez. This is the question for you right here from Michael Bay. Did the insurance already pay you for the bike?
Nah, I just had liability on it. It was a 2006. So as far as I was concerned, it was basically worthless. You know, I was just riding it around. I mean, it was in decent shape, but it had 120,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
So I bought it when it was brand new. I put like 120,000 miles on it, and you know, it came up stolen. I was like, yeah, whatever, bye. You know, I wrote it off and moved on and bought another bike. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I started to just let them have it, to tell you the truth, but I was like, man, I might as well get it back. It's still blue books for like $5,000. So if it's not in super bad shape, I'm hoping to sell it, or maybe I'll fix it back up and give me a project. I don't know. You know, I don't want to let the impound company just have it. You know what I'm saying?
They will go ahead and keep it and just, you know, use it as collateral for, you know, for whatever, you know what I mean, you're going to owe, and, you know, storage bill or whatever, towing bill.
Right. Yeah, they'll take it and then they'll sell it. You know what I mean? Then they'll make money on it. And I'm already like, it sucks that you're like, you're paying as the victim. You know what I mean? Like you got something stolen from you, and now you got to pay to get it. You got to pay for it to be stored. You got to pay. You know what I mean? It's like, man, you think they would charge a criminal? They'll charge him for that. You know, put that bill on him. Put it on his restitution and his you know, his sentence. You know, he's got to pay back, you know, $5,000 plus this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In my opinion. You know, I don't understand why I understand why. The tow company's got to get paid. That's where they're at. You know, they don't care who pays them, but the system's set up that I got to pay them. So that's where it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I hear you, man. It sucks. You know what I mean? It sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's a popular bike, so.
Your Matilda said that if you get it back, to sell it to him.
Yeah, it's a popular bike. It's one of the more popular bikes sold in 20 years. It's a 2006 Suzuki Gixxer 1000. Gotcha. You know, a lot of people swear by that bike. It was one of the fastest bikes produced, and now they've kind of neutered them a little bit. You know what I mean? They got ABS on them and traction control and stuff like that. This is one of the last bikes with that kind of horsepower that didn't have any of that on it. You know?
Yeah.
So.
Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm just sending a text right now. Hey, Lon, check your phone real quick.
Hey, Google, where's my phone? There it is.
Your Samsung phone should be ringing now. Now, so Google can improve, it would help to know how satisfied you are with my response.
Hey, I just sent you a text when I read that. Yeah, it is. It is. So you see how crappy some people are, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't mention no name or say nothing. But you see how crappy some people are? They just starving for attention.
Right. Well, I don't know if it has anything to do with you. You know.
Hold up, though. How you doing, Bob Casey? How you doing, buddy? Thank you so much for coming in, sir. Really appreciate you, Bob. Hey, Bob, I sent you a link if you want to go ahead and join, buddy.
Yeah. So, regardless, you know, people are going to do what they do, man. I don't let other people's actions bother me too much. You know, whatever.
I quit doing that. It does get a little annoying, bro, but I quit doing that too, man.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you're a man. You got a family. You pay your bills. You have a job. You know what I mean? You go out and buy pretty much whatever you want. You're not living with your mommy and daddy. You know, you're not a fat piece of garbage. So, quite frankly, you know, I would call that a win, in my opinion.
How you doing, Sunrise Water Media? Hey, buddy. Thank you so much for coming in, sir. I watched that video.
His 50 cal blew up.
One about a 50 cal blew in somebody's face. I saw that. How you doing, Unlimited Vertical? How you doing, buddy? Thank you so much for coming in, sir. Now people making fun of you. On Vertical said, "Hey Google, where's my drone?" I should be asking, "Hey Siri, where's my drone?" Because I lost my freaking Tiny Hawk today.
If you had an air tag on it, Siri could tell you.
That, or I wish I had a freaking Sky Droid. That way I could have recorded, you know what I mean, that last part, like, you know what I mean, where it was or where it crashed. That would have given me like a better, you know, where I would start looking for. But I just don't know, man. I'm just looking at random places now. And again, I gotta be careful because it's not my property. It's somebody else's property.
Yeah, that's too bad, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. At least it was, in some ways, you know, everybody that, you know, talked you into buying it, they're kind of right in a way. At least it was that drone and not something more expensive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just glad that it wasn't one of my DJIs or the Autel Evo or my Femi or the other ones.
Right. Exactly.
And that's the thing, Sunrise Water Media. You know what I mean? It's not like you could just find this freaking Tiny Hawk just like that, man. Let me go ahead and bring the man, the godfather of FPV, the godfather of what you call of fixed wings airplanes, the man with the amazing bald spot, shiny as usual, all the way wearing his goggles, his second set of eyes, all the way from Florida, Mr. Mitch. How you doing, sir?
Oh, Adrian.
I'm like, who's he talking about?
Yeah. You got somebody else in the green room?
No.
Mr. Steele, maybe. Joshua Bardwell. God, I'll tell you. Thank you. Thanks for the comment.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right, man.
You're going to learn something today.
Yeah. Oh, man. So let me get my camera adjusted here a little bit.
Yeah, that's beyond the bald spot, homie, by the way. We're in that this is beyond bald spot territory.
Oh, be proud, man. Be proud. Be proud of it. You too, Adrian. This is like a bald guy convention here tonight.
Yeah, you know what? You're right here.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
The grass doesn't grow on a busy street. That's what I tell everybody.
Yeah. Do I need to go get a hat so I can fit in here?
You know, Mitch, as I was just bothering you the other day to help me with my freaking Tiny Hawk, finally got that thing set up pretty nice. You know what I mean? Flying it.
Yeah.
Even inside the house, you know what I mean? Flying it just fine, keeping that thing up in the air. I thought it was going to be hard to fly it. It wasn't that hard to fly it. I almost did a couple of whoop and loops in the house. But took that thing outside, you know, burn a battery, no problem.
Yeah.
Throw it back, popped another battery in there. Took it up just a little bit up in the air, you know what I mean? Flying it just fine. Man, that wind just took it. I'm trying to fight the wind, you know what I mean? But the more I fought, like the more the wind took it, and it was a stabilized mode. But if I would have known, I would have popped that thing into another. Like what is the other one above stabilized mode, Mitch?
Horizon mode.
Yeah, that, and I would have been able to fight the wind a little bit. And then I panicked. I took my goggles off. I'm looking, you know, vision line of sight, and I got blinded by the sun. And I didn't know where the hell it was, and it's so tiny. I didn't even know the orientation that it was flying, and I lost it.
You lost it.
I got blinded by.
Uh-oh, I lost you.
You here?
I lost. Oh, okay. Yeah, what I'm trying to do, I'm just trying to get the chat out, but my computer is so give me a second. I'll get the chat out. I'll close this other window and hopefully.
Yes, sir. How you doing, Ron? Ronald Lockwood, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in, sir. Hey, Ron, your link is in the email if you want to go ahead and come on in, sir.
Whoa. Now there's a man there, Ron Lockwood. Telling you.
Hi, Ron. How you doing? Am I back? Am I back? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you back. I heard you the whole time. I never lost you.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at the chat here. I see Bob Casey, Ron Lockwood, Matt Cundiff, Sunrise. How you doing, Jim Groening?
How you doing, Mike, Mr. Night Train? How you doing, buddy? Thank you so much for coming in. Hey, Night Train, your link is in the email if you want to join, sir.
So, Adrian, you put your Tiny Hawk in a tree, right?
From what I've seen on the goggles, it looks as it's up on a tree, yes. But then again, remember that little camera literally look like a freaking fisheye, so it could also be in a little branch. You know what I mean? I just don't know because again, it's not on my property; it's in the next door neighbor's property.
Well, unfortunately, by now the battery has worn down, so you can't. Of
course,
you can't use it to find it. And sorry to hear that, man. You know.
Yeah, that's what I said too, Mitch. It's too bad. If he would have hit I forget what they call it, but you get it to beep, right? But he was saying he tried that at home, and it's not very loud, right?
Yeah, I tried it, and it will beep a little bit, but man, the beep got drawn out just by my daughter talking. You know what I mean? So
no, it doesn't have a beeper in it. It actually uses the motors. It vibrates the motors. That's what makes the beeping sound, and the motors in that thing are so tiny that you can't hear that beep outside.
Oh no, definitely not.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the ESC sends a high frequency forward and reverse signal to the motor, and those beeps that you hear when you plug in a drone, that's all coming from the motors.
Okay.
So go look for it.
Yeah, I actually did today. I did look today for about 3 hours, and you know what I mean. And then I kind of gave up, but I'm gonna go ahead and look again tomorrow. You know, early in the morning, probably. You know, when the sunrise hit, I'm gonna go out there. You know what I mean? Just keep looking. So hopefully, I'll be able to find it. If not, then I guess I lost it. How you doing, Mr. John Days? Thank you for coming in, sir.
Bob, how you doing, buddy? So you don't know, you're not sure if it's up in a tree or if it's on the ground.
From what I've seen on the goggles, Mitch, it looks like it's up on a tree, on a branch. However, again, like I said, the little camera, you know what I mean? maybe when it was, you know what I mean? Maybe maybe it's just a little branch. Maybe it's not up on the tree.
No, I understand. You can be sitting in tall grass and you can't tell where the hell you are.
Correct. Like you can't really tell beginner because of the camera. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be tough to see that with a DJI drone.
I actually did went ahead and took my Mavic 2 Zoom with the DJI goggles. You know what I mean? And I was kind of just flying around, you know, looking. Yeah. And then that's the zoom, so I was able to zoom in and out. I got, you know what I mean? I looked for about good 25 minutes straight, but I just could not see anything, man.
It's almost impossible to find that any drone from a camera drone. I've tried a couple of times. In fact, one day we were out flying at the park, and this guy had a red airplane, all red, and the thing was about 3-4 foot wingspan, so it wasn't tiny, and he put it in a tree way to hell at the other side of the park. And so the next day I brought my zoom out and went looking for it and couldn't even find that thing in nobody's. That was 6 months ago. Nobody's found it yet.
By the way, I was up there the meetup. Did Carlos ever find that drone, Mitch, that you know of?
No, that drone is sleeping with the fishes and the alligators.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, I was talking to Carlos today, and you know, I'm starting to get material together for our deal next year. So on the website that I have, I'm going to post a little blurb about each of the potential or the flying sites. There's going to be a number of different flying sites that we pick, and you know, people that come down will have the choice. So Carlos said, yeah, he said, when you fly over that where my drone is, play some sad music, he said.
Yeah, man. And by the way, James Jordan, I did not have DVR, so I wasn't recording the flight. You know, I don't even have a SkyDroid. That would have helped a little bit, maybe.
Oh, that's most often the difference between finding it or not finding it. Because when you have the DVR, you can watch it frame by frame as it gets closer to where you lose it, and you can see, yeah, oh, there's a tree over there. Oh, look, there's something red over there. I wonder what that is, and then you figure out exactly where it goes down.
All right, Ronald, no problem, buddy. Have a good night, man. See you later, man.
See you, Ron. Turkey. Wow.
That's my turkey call, just so you know. If you need some help, Ron, let me know. Yeah, I have turkeys. I have pictures of outside where I live. There's turkeys everywhere, and idiots feed them. And I was at a business the other day, and these turkeys were standing outside the door of the business in the back, waiting for the people to feed them. And they wouldn't move out of my way so I could walk in. They were so like they just owned this joint, you know what I mean? It was pretty funny. And they would just stand there and look at you like, yeah, what do you want? They had zero fear of people at all. I could have went up and grabbed one by the neck and broke it and took it home. You know, it was crazy.
Why not? Dinner.
I know. It's crazy.
And hey, Jordan Days, Bob, yeah, the Tiny Hawk did have some lights. They're not as bright as I thought it was going to be, but it's bright enough, you know, at night. But I was flying during the day, man. And again, that battery is completely dead. It's been about at least 6-7 hours now since I lost the freaking drone.
Oh, so, yeah. That battery's gone.
I'm just kind of bummed out, you know what I mean, that happened. But oh, well.
Well, it's if you fly FPV, that happens. It won't be the first and the last time. Because you know they don't have all the safeguards and everything that the camera drones that you used to have.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm glad that I have the DJI FPV one. I mean, at least if I do a little signal, it will come back home, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But again, I thought I had it, Mitch, but I think I messed up when I went ahead and I took the goggles off to kind of look, you know, vision line of sight just to kind of have an eye on it, and then it just went down from there. And then again, when it was up in there, I just could not see how it was turned. You know what I mean? If I had just turned it the right way, brought it back to me, I would have been fine. Even if it hit the ground, I don't care about replacing the prop.
Look, don't be too hard on yourself. Hindsight is easy with these things, but when I remember back to my first days and my first flights with the goggles, I was just following the thing, just panicked, trying to keep it in the air. I mean, I wasn't certainly, I didn't have my wits about me. I wasn't aware enough to be thinking critically in a moment when all you see in your goggles is shit going in every which direction. So,
Mitch, you didn't tell Adrian on the controller, Adrian, there's a little button, find my drone. Did you press it?
How you doing, Carlos? You freaking prick.
I'm the prick. Mitch, first he gets on the phone with me and I'm explaining everything.
Mr. Joe Blayla, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in, sir.
He tells me how much he knows. I know. And then he calls me jackass on top of it. And guess who lost his drone? The prick. And then he's blaming it on fisheye. The hell out of here, fisheye. Give me a break. It's like everybody's fault but his. You screwed up.
I'm trying to be kind to him here, Carlos. I'm trying to be kind and compassionate to Adrian, who's in a period of mourning.
He's a jackass. He deserves it.
All alone in the neighbor's grass.
Listen, I told him from the get-go, get a SkyDroid so you can record. I'm ready to push the button. What's up, Ron, by the way? I'm ready to push the button. He didn't push anything. I'm out.
You gotta say.
But you can get another one and bind it to the same controller with the SkyDroid and chill and fly and relax. You got to see what's his name? Drone Psyche was kicking butt today on the.
No, actually, I'm not buying it. If I can find this one, I'm not buying another one.
Well, yeah, if you don't need one.
Michael Blade, how you doing, buddy?
Hello, everyone. But anyway, yeah, don't blame it on the fisheye.
I never blamed it on the fisheye. I said it's stupid.
I thought.
Lon, we don't need to say another word. We just need to look over in this direction and watch the fireworks.
Yeah, no, I'm just,
yeah.
As soon as I saw Carlos pop up, I'm like, all right.
I gotta bust his chops.
He's been dead a long time now, Don Rickles, and they used to call him Mr. Tact. I think after all these years, can we kind of co-opt the name and give it to Carlos?
Carlos Rickles?
No, Mr. Tact.
Mr. Tact.
Oh, Mr. Tact. Oh.
Yeah.
Mr. Compassion.
Yeah, that's the name, Mr. Compassion. Yeah.
I already said I'm sorry. Now I'm having fun with the little prick.
Yeah, it's too bad. Whenever you lose anything, I've lost a bunch of camera drones.
Really?
Back in the day, 3DR solos were known for just going.
Yeah. How about Paulie lost his drone in the ocean there? I mean, people have lost drones before, Adrian. You just
three times.
And Carlos lost a fairly expensive one down there.
Yeah.
So you lick your wounds and you
move on.
Buy another one. That's all. They're not. Look, the good news about the Tiny Hawk is I think that Emax is having a sale right now. You can
Is that a fact?
Yeah, I saw it.
Everything?
They're selling a Tiny Hawk race now for like $89.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
And you just told me now?
Right now, it's May the 5th, I think. I got an email today.
Wow.
I don't know if they got the Tiny Hawk 2 on sale, but
I like the race.
You gotta buy those things by the case. Anyway, you buy half a dozen of them.
Better buy 2.
Let me go ahead and welcome my boy, Mr. Brown Ariel, aka Gary. How you doing, buddy? Thank you so much for coming in, sir. Hey, Gary, Brent Ariel, I'll send you the link if you want to come on in.
Chris, Doc Murdoch's here.
What do we have here? Robert S. How you doing, sir? Thank you so much for coming in. Mr. Doc Murdoch, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in, sir. Really appreciate you, buddy.
So do you have
people in the house?
Do you have the SkyDroid coming, Adrian? Did you order it?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Okay, so then you have to buy another tiny hook if you don't find the first one.
I'm not buying shit.
Why?
Doing very well. At least you didn't lose your. You damn right I didn't lose a damn DJI one. That would have really. I would have went over there. I would have mowed that goddamn lawn for the goddamn neighbor. I swear to God, I would.
You're not supposed to lose the DJI ones. They find the way home.
Yeah, they do.
If you lose a DJI drone, then shame on you. So
yeah, you're working. People that lose DJI drones are working. You know what I mean? Like when Billy lost his in the ocean, Billy Kyle, he was working. You know what I mean? He planned to lose that thing. I mean, holy crap. You know what I'm saying? You got to work really hard to lose a DJI drone. You really do.
That's special.
Yeah, that's advanced stupid. The racing is $200 on Amazon, by the way, just for the record. The Emax Tiny Hawk 2 racing model is $200. That's bind and fly. What you guys are talking about, right?
Oh no, I know what you're talking about though.
Oh,
it's the Tiny Hawk Race. Tiny Hawk Race.
Yeah, but it's Emax. It's on the Emax site that it's on sale.
Yeah. That's cool.
I think it's what is it, $115 for the drone, but that Tiny Hawk 2 by itself, something like that, 110, 150.
And the Race 2 is 114 usually.
Yeah.
Like I might get
a lot of these.
Hey, Bob, John Days, I did want to hit and spin the prize, but again, I couldn't hear nothing because I don't even know what the hell it is.
They're hard to find, but I'll tell you what you need to do is you need to drive over to St. Augustine, pick up Ed. Ed can find a Tiny Hawk anywhere.
You can find it on history.
The man has experience. The man is a bloodhound when it comes to finding.
Hey, Mitch, funny you said that because I did call him on the phone and he said, Adrian, look, man, I've already lost mine so many goddamn times, but I keep finding it. I just keep finding it.
Not only does he find it, he even finds the little propellers that fly off the damn things.
And he finds it the next day. So don't give up the ship.
Yeah, don't give up. You just go out and wander around. What's that? You get a little exercise. What's the worst thing can happen is you don't find it, you know.
What did you learn from this experience, Adrian? Anything as far as the FPV?
Ooh.
No comment?
No comment.
How about don't take my goggles off and panic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, 175 for the whole kit on B&H, and the drone itself is 129.
Yeah,
well,
that's what
109 in the B&H.
Yeah, the goggles and the controller. But if you get serious, you notice if you get serious about FPV, you need to get a real radio and a real pair of goggles.
Actually, just so you know, Drone Psyche's first day was Friday. By Saturday, he ordered the FXT Viper goggles. By Saturday night or Sunday morning, he ordered the X-Lite controller. So he's all in. He's not.
Oh, really?
He's not going ready to fly. He's going, proper goggles and proper.
Well, you'll be more successful that way.
Well, the other thing, just sorry to cut you off. He was flying with the Emax in the garage, and he wasn't doing so well. I gave him my Vipers. He was flying like he looked like Mr. Steel, Mr. Aluminum, whatever.
Plus, you can record. The Vipers. Well, you could use if your eyes are good. You don't need glasses. You could use any goggles. You could get a pair of Sky Zones or Fat Sharks. But they have DVRs in them, which has saved a lot of guys a lot of lost drones. When you can.
I've had like 3 of them, Adrian. They just break. Yeah,
I've heard a lot of stories about it.
Yeah, you're used to the DJI. It comes back, but there's no, it's not. It's 2 different animals, two different things.
That's true.
It's the difference between an electric razor and a disposable.
I'm actually quite amazed that I was able to burn 1 battery, you know what I mean, and just fly no problem. Then again, you know what I mean, it's Something just told me, just don't go up that high. I don't know what. I just took the bitch up. Then that was it. It's over. I couldn't get it back up. I couldn't get it back.
I'm gonna guess you didn't have control when you were up that high, because the first day Charlie went up, he was way up and he couldn't bring it back because of the wind. So I just
when I had it up, Carlos, I think I had it up at least. I'm thinking that I had it up about 60 feet up in the air, maybe 80, and at that moment, I couldn't bring it back.
I hear you.
Hey, Ed, I think you have your link in the email, but if not, I'm about to send you another one. Come on in, man, if you want to go ahead and join.
Yep. And
there
like
you go. Your link is in the email, but if you want to join, Ed.
It's important to record your flights. I think I stressed that to you in the beginning, to get the SkyDroid along with it. It's a necessary thing.
Hey, what about the Tiny Hawk 2 Freestyle?
That's a good one. I don't know about
great, right?
Not for Adrian. Is that on sale, by the way?
Yeah, it's like $130.
No, that's not a sale.
No, that's
is that lower than the Tiny Hawk 2?
No, it's actually it's 2S. All right, let's put it this way: Tiny Hawk 2 is 1S, 2S. The Tiny Hawk Freestyle is basically 2S, and it has no prop guards. It has the props out. That.
Yeah, it's not designed to fly indoors or close to people. It's a little higher performance, and they're great little drones as a next step up after you kind of mastered the Tiny Hawk 2, and you can fly it around in acro mode. Not lose it, not crash it, 20, 30 packs. Then you move up to the freestyle if you want. Or by that time you could actually go up to a 3-inch or even a 5-inch quad.
Yeah. How you doing, Mr. Tim Jackson? Thank you for coming in, sir. Appreciate you, buddy. Tim, your link is in the email, buddy. Also, John Days, Bob, I send you a link if you want to join in. Ed, your link is in the email as well.
Matt Condiff is thinking about FPV, but his main goal is a business in the
drone hobby. So I'm assuming that he loved the camera drones more than the FPV. I guess he's not really the FPV then.
Yeah, he's more into photography. That's a good thing. Actually, it's funny because Drone Psyche goes, man, now I find the other drones boring. And he only did it one day.
I agree with that. When I fly the FPV drone and I go back to a camera drone, it's definitely boring. As far from the flight experience, it's boring. There's no question about that, because they all but fly themselves. It'd be like riding around in a Tesla driving cross country versus a 1982 or 1986 Buick Grand National. You know what I mean? It's two different experiences. But
it's completely two different means to an end. One is for photography, for pictures, and the other one is just for flying, the experience of flying. And you can do, and if you get the right drone and the right skills, you can actually use it for photography.
And the right camera on the drone, I guess.
I can see them using an FPV drone to follow a horse or a racing car faster than maybe a GPS drone. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
right. It can follow it quicker. It can turn corners quicker. It's just two different experiences.
I think the action cameras have to get a lot better. I'm hoping for Osmo 2 to be a huge improvement. That would be something that would make the FPV thing be more attractive to a lot of people too. If they could have better action cams.
So, Mr. Night Train, aka Mr. Mike, Mr. Michael Lane. What's going on?
I've been there, dude. So, like, when I got into drones, right, I went to Walmart because I had bought an FPV drone, but I bought it from China. So I was waiting for it to get here. So I was like, well, I'll just go buy a toy grade drone, So I went and I bought a Sharper Image DX2. It says indoor flight only. Yeah, right. It'll do fine, man. Look at the range it's got. Yeah, until it hit that range and the wind took that. Whoop, man, I was running with the controller in my hand, trying to get, and that was line of sight flying, dude. So I've an hour later, 2 hours later, I went and spent twice as much and bought the DX4. the bigger one. I was like, no, it ain't flying away this time. And I beat that up for a little while, but yeah, that's the only one that actually fly away. I smashed some shit up, dude. I have smashed some drones.
Adrian, can you do me a favor?
Go ahead, Carlos.
There's a gentleman called Michael Blade FPV who's not part of the family with a wrench. Maybe you can hook him up.
Oh, Michael Blade.
Michael Blade, I'll give you a wrench. And how you doing, Mr. Rigor Mortis? Thank you for coming in, sir. Really appreciate it.
DJ,
let me go ahead and give my boy a wrench.
Give him a wrench, yo.
Mini 2 is almost charged all the way back up. I got a battery on the Mini 2. When I put it in the charge thing, the charge bay, it acts like it wants to charge, and it charges up full. You see the lights, and then when it gets to full, it goes to blinking like 1 or 2 lights.
Charge it.
How you doing, Mr. Ed? Love my drone. How you doing, buddy?
This time I'm using the actual DJI plug, and I'm using the cord, and I'm charging it straight directly in the drone. And this is after I just went out and I ran it down to like 13% or some shit like that. Dropped it way down low. I mean, I hovered it until it was like beep, 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 critically low battery, and then brought it down the rest of the way. So we're charging it up to see if that fixes it. But yeah, I might have a bad battery. It's only got 4 charges on it so far, according to the app.
DJ, you got your range, buddy. Now you blew.
But
how you doing, Mr. Jody Drone Shot? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in. We got Mr. Mike B, aka the Drone Ranger. How you doing, sir? Thank you for coming in, buddy.
Adrian, this is to your loss, brother. I hope you stick with it. Either find the drone or get you another one and stick with it. Man, you were having so much fun with FPV there. And you were to get out there and fly. So
we need to play that song. Where's the bagpipes? Amazing Grace. We need Amazing Grace.
First drone I ever got that I flew FPV, dude, had plastic arms on it, dude. I was like breaking shit left and right, and I spent a bunch of money getting into it.
Hey, are you going to fly indoors at all, Adrian, if you get another Tiny Hawk?
There you go.
Are you going to fly indoors if you got another Tiny Hawk?
Yeah. You damn right I am. You damn right.
I'm just curious because the Tiny Hawk 2 race, they're right. It's like $100.
No.
Yeah, but there's no.
Get you some of these, Adrian.
I know there's no prop guards, but it'd be better outside, though, right? Is that correct? It'd be better.
Yeah, that's made for
outside. He's not ready for that.
Oh.
No, that's a little hot rod. That thing screams.
Yeah. Adrian, you can pick these up for $10 a piece at Newbie Drone, man. They got Velcro on them, so you can set them up all over inside your house and fly your little whoop.
I think Adrian's got at least a week and a half before he's ready for race.
That'll give him something to aim for, though.
Get you another Tiny Hawk 2, Adrian, and next time, don't take the damn goggles off.
And have a Sky Droid.
Yeah. I mean, you know how small that thing is, and he takes the goggles off like he's going to be able to see it in the air beyond 50 feet.
He did the Build a Drone reviewer. He panicked.
The only reviewer. I haven't heard that story yet.
Oh, what?
I haven't heard the panic.
That's the funniest thing that's ever happened.
I just see Bill Drone the reviewer doing that.
What's his wife's name, Carlo? What's Drone?
I don't know. He's like a
wife's name is Val.
Val. There you
go. Val. I'm trying to fly it, Val. Val. I don't know. I don't know, Val. I'm trying to get it to come back, Val. I don't know, Val.
It sounds like an episode of Philly Mike going on.
Panic.
Only Sharon's usually not there. Oh God, she's gonna kill me. She'll never let me buy another one. I heard Philly Mike crashed his DJI FPV and like the first week he had it, he said it just fell out of the sky.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, okay, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see that happening.
This tree just jumped right out of the forest and bit
my I seen him fly. I seen a couple of his flights flying around. I'm like, the dude just don't get it. And then I listened to him and he's like, they tried to fine me $182,000. What did I pay? I didn't pay shit. Fuck. I'm like, really, dude? That's your attitude towards this? It's like, I don't subscribe to him anymore. Yeah.
You know, he's like the Howard Stern of FP.
No, he's the Gilbert Godfrey.
No,
no,
but he's
no,
more of a-
Yeah, that's the
more of a
Gilbert Godfrey.
Gilbert Godfrey.
No,
Why
but
don't you just slap me in the face?
that's the voice, but the shock value. He does stuff just like
Dude, stupid.
he's like weird, but you know.
He's nothing good for our hobby. Let me put it that way.
weird.
Got a lot of people follow him though.
Yeah, a lot of people follow him because they like his slapstick comedy. I can't stand that stuff, man. I turn Gilbert Godfrey off all the time because of that voice. That's like watching.
Yeah, right.
That's like trying to watch a marathon of Fran Dresser or some shit.
That's like trying to
I
watch
can't do it.
an hour
Meanwhile,
of Paul Murray.
Yeah, dude.
and Fran Drescher are wealthy individuals.
Oh my God!
Bobcat
That's another-
Goldwig is the same thing.
Yeah,
When
Bobcat
he's-
It's all shtick. It's all a shtick. When he's in a normal, he's like talking like us when he's in normal, but when he's in a skit, dude, all that, yeah, that's Bobcat all the way. But yeah, as far as the hobby perspective, I'm like, nah, I ain't got time for that.
Well, here's the deal. The way to look at it, Adrian, is now you can get the Sky Droid. Your order from Race Day Quads, you can meet the minimum order of $50 by
He already ordered
ordering
the
the Sky
Sky Droid.
Droid and another tiny.
He already ordered the Sky Droid, Ed. So it's already coming. Now he's got no drone to now he's got no drone to use the Sky Droid on. So he's got another $25 invested, plus all those batteries that are sitting there that are charged up, ready to go.
Yeah.
Radio ready to go. Goggles ready to go. It's a small investment to keep moving, man.
He wants to pout about it for a little while.
But you could go replace one of your Mavic batteries for more. You know?
And not have the same amount of fun.
Yeah.
Aren't you glad you invited everybody here to give you all this advice tonight, Adrian?
I know, right?
I know, right?
I know, right?
Yeah, I just hope he moves forward. It's a small investment. Yeah, it does suck, dude. I mean, losing some shit or beating some shit up. I've smashed a Hero Session 5 straight into a pole at 60 miles an hour and been like, yeah, I hope Best Buy gives me that one back. You know? The bot grinder just sent his 4-inch long-range Hex copter with a stripped-down GoPro Hero 7 on it. Hero 7 Black stripped-down naked GoPro. Sent that up a mountain or whatever and lost it, dude. Just lost video while he was flying. Gone. There's no way to get it back, dude. No way.
Hey, Ed, how's Dano doing, man?
Now what?
Dan, how is he doing?
He
Dan, drone
sounded
worship,
good to
Dan?
me when I talked to him.
I haven't heard from him in a little bit, man.
Drone worship?
No. Dano, from what's the channel?
I
Name
don't
again?
know.
I'll Be Droned was just over at DW's live stream just before yours.
He's flying. I mean, he's been
Yeah, he's
putting
been
out a
flying quite a
video
bit.
like every bloody day.
Yep. Flying out there in the yard pretty much.
He's
Yeah, that's
competing
what
with
I'm
me.
getting
I
back
did day 28 today, by the way.
Nice. Nice.
So I haven't quite made your 30-day challenge yet, Mike,
Well,
but I'm getting there.
You're doing an awesome job, dude. So in the 28 days that you've flown, what does it make you do now? What changes has it made you do? Besides making
Not
sure you got
much.
packs
It's just
always
I
charged
just
and ready to
need
go.
fly again the next day.
Yeah, it just gets you up and more eager to, you're more motivated to like make sure there's some packs charged. I got to fly tomorrow, that kind of thing. Get you, just kind of motivates you more. It's like, well, even if it's bad weather, I still want to fly a little bit. You know what I mean? It pushes you a little bit further mentally. You don't think about it so much.
I got to fix something. I mean, I only flew 4 packs today, but I had a motor die on me, so I got to do something for tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Mine itself's
It
not
pushes
gonna
you
do.
to keep your drones going a little bit more too. Do maintenance on them and things like that. Glitches in video because you're flying them a lot more. Things like that.
Guys, I'm going to say goodnight to you all. And catch you next time. I'm old, and us old folks like to go to bed.
Thank you, Mitch, for coming in. I really
And you're
appreciate it,
done
buddy.
next Saturday.
My pleasure. Adrian, thanks for thinking
Have
of
a good
me.
night, Mitch.
Ed, take it easy. Mike,
Take it easy.
Lon, good to see you again. And Carlos, wherever you are.
Good night, Mitch.
All right.
I'll see you later, Mitch.
See you next time, buddy.
Carlos, wherever you are, what, did you forget where Carlos is at?
Well, I was on a phone call real quick.
Oh, I got you.
So I wasn't there. So, Adrian.
So, look.
Wait, real
Adrian,
quick.
don't feel so bad about losing the bird.
Adrian,
We've
just
all
buy
lost
one
the
right
bird.
now from RDQ. Buy it. Just buy it. There's no reason
Buy
why you
what?
shouldn't be. You're invested into it already.
Well,
Buy what?
I got an idea.
Tiny
How
Hawk.
about we get Carlos to come up with some cool idea for him, and he could go out there and stand around like a thong or some shit like that, and maybe earn one. He's the one that talked him into buying all this shit.
No. Well, maybe I suggested which one to buy. But
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Night Train, say that one more time.
So I was thinking maybe we could do like Ed. Ed did this challenge for Carlos. He actually went outside and flew with a thong on, dude. Like, yeah, thonged up. Went out there and flew, and Carlos sent him a Tiny Hawk for it. It was worth the show, dude. I mean,
oh, definitely
like a 2-hour live stream or some shit. Ed was out there dancing around with this flag fucking booty short. You've seen some of the pictures, dude.
I did not see that.
Oh,
Hey, whoa, hey, do me a favor, Mike. Hey, Mike.
So he
Mike,
even named the drone that he got from Carlos Speedo Tick.
Mike, listen. Do you have that video? Pop it in.
Ed got it.
Share it.
Ed's got it
Let
on
me
his
see it.
stream.
Okay.
It's on Ed's channel, dude.
Let me see if I find it.
Ed's probably got pictures he would love to show everyone.
Adrian.
No, I would not love to show any of them.
Adrian,
Yeah.
imagine you have a pair of boxes.
It was
right?
it
And
was
then
red, white, and blue.
I told him the boxes aren't good enough. You got to make it look like a thong or a Speedo. So he takes these tie wraps. And
He takes zip ties.
ties the sides and pulls them up.
He did, dude. Straight up. He had zip ties like right here, holding the shorts up, so they were just riding up the butt.
He looked like an Adonis, he said.
He felt like Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Yeah. Well, the reason I did that because I wanted to get him the Tiny Hawk, but just to give it to him was too easy. So you might have
they made him work for it.
Yeah, a little bit.
You better work.
Oh, yeah, I work for it, all right.
Adrian doesn't look too excited about this idea, though.
Hell no.
I can't understand why.
I don't blame him. Adrian, RDQ, order a Tiny Hawk 2 before they go out of stock, and you're not going to have anything.
Yeah, get
I
it.
haven't worked in 2 weeks.
Actually, no, wait a minute. Go to Emacs. They're on sale at Emacs, Lon.
Yeah, at Emacs store is what Mitch said. He got the email from Emacs.
They're on sale. You might get it for $100. Save $20.
It may take you an extra week to get it, but
No, they're actually pretty. They're pretty.
yeah,
good.
they're pretty quick. But it may take you,
It's not going to be too.
RDQ is usually like 3 days,
And
whereas
especially
it may take you a week or something like that over there at Emacs.
He lives in Florida, so it'd be even quicker.
Yeah, you should be able to get it from the U.S. warehouse even.
But the Emacs, you could save some money.
Get FPV.
Let me see if I can find a good link. Emacs.
Ed, are you still looking for Speedo Tick?
No, I'm not looking for that.
Oh,
I'm
then
not-
He didn't have any interest in finding that video. I didn't want to pressure him though.
I'm gonna find it, Adrian. You're gonna get a
Tiny Hawk 2 race
If
bind
you
and
find
fly
it,
$91.99 right now.
You said
Go ahead and
get the
go ahead
link.
and shoot the link.
I'm getting ready to drop it right here.
Did you hear me, Carlos?
Yes.
Here's the link for it right here.
If you find it, go ahead and
No,
play
you
it.
want-
I put
That's
it on
from
the
Emacs
screen.
itself. That's the race 2.
Mike, do they have the Tiny Hawk 2 for sale?
Let me see what they've got. Tiny Hawk.
$129.99 is what I got.
At Emacs?
Yes, Emacs USA. Tiny
Yeah,
Hawk
Tiny
indoor
Hawk 2.
FPV racing drone. Bind and fly. $129.99.
That's more expensive.
They got the Hawk Sport. And they've got the Hawk Pro. And they've got
Adrian has
kits.
no business with
But I'm
any
not
of
seeing
those
it straight
products.
on sale. But let me look under actual products.
He needs Tiny Hawk 2.
Tiny Hawk 2 series. Tiny Hawk 2 series right now is $129.99, and it doesn't look like it might be. Yeah, it is in stock. Tiny Hawk 2 indoor is $129.99.
That's too much. That's too much.
Whereas the Tiny Hawk 2 race is only $91.99. You don't have.
Yeah, but that Tiny Hawk 2, is that a kit? He doesn't need a kit.
No,
he already has the goggles.
No, that's not the kit.
That sounds $10 overpriced.
It's bind and fly.
Yeah, if you check out RDQ, they sell it for $119, I believe.
Yeah, Get MPV has it for $115 or $119 too.
Yeah.
But
the race is
$129.99 showing up over there right now at Emax.
If you go to the Get FPV and Tiny Hawk race, what does it sell for? $114?
You don't want the Tiny Hawk 2 race though, right?
No.
There you go, Adrian. You can share screen. So that's the Tiny Hawk 2 indoor for $129.99. There's the selection there. So you got the Tiny Hawk 2 freestyle, Tiny Hawk 2 indoor, or Tiny Hawk 2 race.
I know, right? It's not that easy.
$91.99 for the race. The rest of them are still full price.
Yeah.
He's right. The race is on sale.
That one's on sale for that's like $25 off, dude. It's normally $115.99 there, or $114.99.
Yeah, Mike, that's what I was saying before you came on. Actually, I was looking at the race, and they said he shouldn't get that, but I thought it'd be better outside. But he says he's going to fly indoors, so never mind.
No, but it's just too much for him to handle at this point.
There's a regular Tiny Hawk series. He could get the regular Tiny Hawk 2 for $90, but it's out of stock.
And see,
Tiny Hawk 2S is for $100 out of stock.
Don't get those. Those are only 25 milliwatts.
The Freestyle's they've got the Freestyle bind and fly for the Tiny Hawk Freestyle, not the 2, just the 1 for $83.99.
Only 25 milliwatts though.
Okay.
And the Tiny Hawk 2
and that's why when he was looking at getting into drones and trying to figure out what to get, I kind of directed him towards you guys, because I could direct him in all kinds of shit, but I don't know the specifics on the Tiny Hawks because I don't have any of them. So that's why I went to you guys, because you, Ed, Mitch, you guys have all got them Tiny Hawks and whatnot. So you guys could give them better pointers on which one's the best ones and whatnot.
I'm just telling you, I think the Tiny Hawk 2 is the best trainer.
This is more my style right here, buddy. Whew.
Well, we know, Mike. But
what is that?
That's the Hawk Pro. So that's like a 5-inch 6S. For $191.99.
Yeah, but he's not going to be able to put it.
Oh, I know. That's why I said this is more my style.
No, I'm saying, but that's not a yard fly or something. That's you got to go somewhere to fly that.
But yeah, there's your yard flyers. The indoor Tiny Hawk 2 indoor, or the Freestyle. Those are the 2 that I would choose from.
I don't know why they call it the indoor. I don't know. Tiny Hawk 2,
because it's got the loops and whatnot. It's made for indoor. And everything went to 2S on indoor, like beta flight, this and that. So they're just trying to keep up with the standard for indoor flight, where people are buying them for racing and whatnot, for indoor racing.
No, I get that. I'm just saying the Tiny Hawk 2 is perfectly capable of flying outside.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if it's in air mode.
Well, that's just like when I got into drones originally, they told me that, your little brushless whoops or your brushed whoops and whatnot, they ain't going to be good for outdoors. Bullshit. Them motherfuckers get it. You know what I mean? Even on them little brushed motors and whatnot. This thing right here will do 25, 30 mile an hour outside, as long as you got good control of the wind and whatnot. You get some gusty winds, you can have more trouble. But
Ed,
you gotta expect that. It's only like 70 grams tops or something like that with a full battery and everything,
Can't find your video, Ed.
Yeah, the dang B&H has the whole kit for $175. I'd almost say just get the whole stupid kit if you're going to pay $130.
He's already got the whole kit, though.
I know, but
he's only duplicating shit parts that he doesn't want, though. By buying the whole kit, he's only duplicating shit stuff that he's already got that he doesn't want any more of.
Yeah,
goggles and radio. He's already got those, and he's going to want to get rid of them.
Yeah, that's true. But it's like $30, $40. You know what I mean? It's like weird that the whole kit is $170 or whatever, and the drone by itself is $130. You know what I mean?
What would you do for a speedy tick? Where the hell is that video, Ed?
What are you looking under?
His whole
well, type in Speedo in his search.
At the top? Okay.
What would you do for a Tiny Hawk 2? I think that's what it's named, actually.
Yeah, because Speedo got the video where he did the unboxing.
It's got to be a little bit more. That was before Corona, right, Ed?
What?
That was before
it was.
the outbreak, this pandemic.
Yes, it was.
It was. So it's got to be at least a year ago.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yep, Lunatic Live Fly. What would you do for a Tiny Hawk 2?
Oh, can you?
Right here's the link.
I'll just
share it if you want. Well,
throw it in the chat, and Adrian will
yeah, it's 2.5 hours. So I'll throw the link in the chat.
Yeah, he could fast forward through it. I tell you what, throw it in the chat, and I'll search the part that he can that he should just fast forward to.
How you doing, online? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in, sir.
That's some funny stuff.
Oh man, you got to see this. Well, maybe not.
See how quick you lose some viewers there, Adrian.
You may want to unsee it.
Oh yeah, at like 49 minutes or something like that, 49:06. He's out there flying. There's a good view of him in the Speedo with his white shiny ass legs.
49.
Just after 49 minutes, 49:20 or something like that. He picks up the drone and cleans it off. And...
Hey, Mike, do you have a problem with the DJI FPV drifting? Mine seems to be drifting a little bit.
What do you mean by drifting? Like when you're flying?
Yeah, it feels like it wants to.
Like you're trying to push a little bit, like you're trying to go around to the right, and it seems to want to hold towards the left.
Yeah,
I think that's like with that mix stick that we do, where it's got the yaw and the roll together. I think that's part of that, where it's trying to compensate for it and it's doing it.
No, I'm in manual.
I noticed it when I was doing it with that stick mode going. I haven't noticed it any other time. When I was flying FPV, I don't think I had that stick mode activated, and I didn't notice it in the FPV part. But in like the sport mode or whatever, I did notice it cruising around. I was coming down like in between a couple trees, and I was like trying to go in between them, and I was like trying to go towards the right to make sure I was clear, and it kept like it feel like I was pulling over towards the left more. But I think it's from that mix yaw roll thing that we've got, where we do the stick mix. I think that's what's causing that. It's just not compensating quite right. Could be sticks. It's
always to the left, though. That's
I didn't notice if it was to the right or not, but it did do it to the left on me that time.
I wonder if it's the braces. Maybe I should look at them, because obviously if they're a little tight and they're twisting more of the modules.
That could be. It could be.
You know what I mean?
Make sure they're locked in there evenly and clipped in right. Otherwise, I don't think it'd make much of a difference. The braces are pretty solid. If they're locked in and you got the screws on, I think they're locked in.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you can get the screws in until they're locked in.
Right.
I had one that I didn't have it fully snapped down or whatever, and the screw was like giving me hell. So I like, what the heck? This shouldn't be. And I click. Oh, okay. And then it screwed in.
I might try it without the braces and see if it makes any difference.
Yeah.
Because I was at a construction site today, flying through all the beams and stuff. I had a couple phone calls, man.
I just assumed it was that yaw roll mix thing that they've got going on with the stick.
Adrian, did you get that link that Mike put through?
Yeah, I saw it. I do want to welcome Lloyd, the grumpy vlogger, Paul Murray, and Tom. How you doing, Lens Capture? Thank you for coming in, sir.
Go to
There's
that
a bunch
link.
of shots of them in the Speedo in that
Go
video.
to the link and go to like 52 minutes and like 45 seconds.
That was the good shot that I was talking about, right? Right around 50 there.
Yeah.
You could see his skinny legs and like a side shot.
Yeah. He looks like a flamingo.
I'm scrolling through because I know he did some dancing and stuff later too. So, I mean, oh, here we go. Where's this one at? Let's see.
I think I have pictures of the prick.
So this is at 1 hour, 28 minutes, 49 seconds on this share. If Adrian can pop that up, you'll see Ed over there in the
sexy legs.
He's standing up with the Speedo.
What in the hell? Hey, you sorry bastard! You ain't got no shame, do you?
Dude, all flowery and shit.
Tell you what, he does have. He had
right there.
You got a free drone.
Yeah, you got $100 Tiny Hawk out of it.
Hey, Mike. It almost looked like he went ahead and did the whole manscape before he went ahead and did
it. He was so white. His legs ain't seen sunlight in so long.
So scary.
For a Florida boy, that's weird, you know? I thought they were all tan down there. No, only on the outside.
Hey, you need to be shot.
Where the sun hits.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike.
I don't wear Speedos, so I wouldn't be tan there. Thank you very much.
No, we saw the videos, bro. Your legs are white from fucking hip down, brother. I guarantee it.
Paper white.
No color change there.
Listen,
There's no fade into a tan when you get past the short line. There's none of that.
There's one part of the video where you see Bob like this. Oh, he turns his head like he can look.
Ed wears jeans year round, I think. That's what I think.
Hey, Lloyd, the Blumpy Grabber, I sent you. Lloyd, the Grumpy Blog, I sent you your link if you want to join in, sir. Well, Tim Jackson gotta go wash his eyes right now because he's seen the guy. Damn, hey, you know what?
You
Hey,
didn't see him dancing on screen with them yet.
Hey,
Shit.
you need to be sharing the one to wink, not the one to stink. You nasty little bastard! How dare you?
Unfortunately for Ed, it was a live fly. There was other people flying, so it's hard to fish through the film.
And then the way he went ahead and he rolled up the pants, like
dude, he zip tied. He zip tied those things. The waistband and the sides of the short were zip tied, dude, like bungee cords.
They were like short earrings. He was styling, hillbilly style.
You did that
red, white, and blue flag across the back. That was the best part.
All right. You're not supposed to tell people, Mike.
No, the red, white, and blue came after. What's his name gave that to him? Drumpool.
Yeah, Drumpool sent those to him. That's right. That's right. The red, white, because he did the thong thing. Drumpool says, "Hey, I think you need a proper set of thongs." Right. So send him a fucking like Speedo swimsuit with red, white, and blue. So he put them on over his shorts and wore them to fly around.
You owe us another flight, Ed, with your Speedos.
That will be a year from now.
Oh, okay.
I'll be wearing shorts under those.
Oh, okay. Why don't you do it this 4th of July? It's coming. Perfect.
Now that is a novel idea.
Yeah.
Okay. I might have to do that.
In honor of Drumpool. That was a nice gift.
Drumpool, miss you, brother.
Just how you doing, Bob? Hey, how you doing, sir?
Hey, Bob.
Oh, we put up the bikini stuff. Bob's all got to come in now. He's all excited and worked up.
All I remember, there's a perfect Bob goes like, he goes his head.
It was a hell of a live stream that
night. But it was a lot.
Welcome back to
Adrian.
How you doing, Bob? You doing all right, sir?
Good.
Batteries for tomorrow.
See, one of those that's one of those kind of live streams where it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
That's every stream that you do, Ed.
We almost got some.
I've seen a few of you. Yours
Mr.
are like
Unpredictable, not Mr. Adventure, Mr. Unpredictable.
We almost got some nuts.
Yeah, pretty much.
These nuts.
Adrian.
Yo.
Go to the RPQ website and buy yourself a Tiny Hawk 2 before you lose the oomph.
Do it now. Yeah. Hit the button.
I'm not buying another one.
No, you got to, man.
You have to buy one just to replace it. You see, this is my thing. You buy two. If one breaks, you can keep flying, and you have spare parts.
Look, Adrian, it's a moral imperative. When you were out there looking for
It's
it,
a moral
what
imperative.
did you tell me? You told me I was having so much damn fun.
Right. Now over here, you're pouting instead of buying another
Lloyd,
one.
how you doing, sir?
Adrian, I know
I'm
you're
doing good.
on live stream, and I don't want you to have to struggle to find the link. So there you go, RDQ. What's going on, Lloyd? Woo.
Not much.
I thought winter was over. It looks like you're packing on the heat, though.
Yeah, you know.
I got that Wolverine chops going.
Yeah. I was trying to look like Wolverine, but I look more like Mongo Jerry.
Actually, you kind of look like Casper the Ghost.
That's true too.
I got to put some ND filters on my screen here.
Yeah, I know.
Are you
the Jim Boyd effect? He does the same.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Hey, Carlos, make sure they're the Andy 16. Those are the most famous ones.
Are they? I don't know. I have no idea.
You can have a white leg contest between him and Ed.
No. I saw what. Yeah.
On these. I think
Yeah.
I got
Mongo Jerry was cool. See, rigor mortis, he knows.
I think I just got 8s on my 2 sessions. They're just them cheap ones, though. They're not the good filters. They're just the cheap stick-on ones, and they're not as good.
Which one are those for, Mike?
That's a session 4 and a session 5, but they're just like the cheap. You can get these cheap stick-on ones, like they're just like a sticker. You can get them from RDQ for cheap, dude.
Like a run cam?
But they're throw-out type shit. Once you peel them, they're fucked. You just throw them away and buy some new ones. Lloyd got one for you right there.
See, is this what you lost?
No, that's the Tiny Hawk one.
Yeah, I know.
He got the Tiny Hawk 2 out in the woods.
Oh, well, then this isn't it.
The upgraded version.
Yeah. Mel sent this to me.
That's what I learned. Yeah. That was my second job.
And I've discovered something. They do not work with this.
Oh, really?
What is that?
Well,
Fly Sky?
This is the.
Oh, it's Access, not Excel.
This is the Free Sky. It's the X9 Lite.
Yep.
Oh,
now I have the module on.
And BMAC, same thing.
Yeah, well, I'm having troubles getting it to bind in beta flight, and it's driving me nuts.
Does it have a D8 mode in that controller?
Yep. Oh, well, not in the controller, but it does when you add the XJ.
Yeah, with the JRT module.
But every time I go to
D8.
Every time I go to type in the line of code for bind RX, it says not acceptable
error.
It gives me the error.
That one might not be able to do that, but there's Lloyd. If you
should be able to.
If you Google CLI commands, there's 3 different ones. There's like bind.
Yeah,
RX,
there's a bind SPRI RX.
Yeah,
that's the one that I've always used.
There's like 3 of them. Try all 3.
Well, I've tried bind SPI. Now, do I need to go into this and change this?
No.
Yeah, no. This is
when you do that in the bind mode, it'll tell you to put it into D8 or D16. As long as you're in the D8, it should be the SPRI.
No, but it's not SPI. That one is not SPI yet.
No, well, I'm just saying. He was saying, does he need to be in the SPRI to bind it in that mode to try it?
No, D8.
No, D8 mode should.
D8. That's what I got it on.
Right
underneath. I got this set on D8, but it's still not picking it up. So, and that's because I think the chipset on this is the F411.
F411 should be fine.
Yeah, I can apply that on the D8, but
they're still making hex files for it and whatnot.
Mike, that might be one of those where you actually have to press the button down.
They don't support F3 anymore, but they do support F4 still.
Okay, do they? All right, yeah. Well, it's driving me nuts because I've looked at all the videos,
like the 411 board too. So
yeah, I've looked at all the videos and all that stuff, and I go to put it into it says to go into beta flight. Also, I found out there is a difference in cables.
Yes.
I beat my head against the wall. Cable. Yeah, I beat my head against the wall all day yesterday, and Malik of X and I talked in Discord last night. He says, let's try a different cable. Well, I've tried 4 of them. Well, it turns out there's a 5th one. I didn't know.
You keep buying devices that just use it for charging, don't need to connect to a computer. And
that's right. Yeah. And of course, I grabbed the one cable that was kind of wonky, so I had to hold it there, and finally I found a brand new one I had that worked.
In the house.
Usually the cell phone ones usually work.
Yeah.
That's a different view for Tom.
How you doing, Mr. Jim? Above and Beyond Drones. How you doing, buddy? Hey, Tom, how you doing, sir? Thank you for coming
Adrian.
in, sir.
How you doing, Adrian?
I'm doing all right. How you doing, Mr. Mail 400 AGL? Thank you for coming in, sir. Really appreciate you guys.
You saw Jim Above and Beyond Drones, right?
Yes.
Sunrise Water Media.
I do have these, though.
Hey, Jim, your link is in the email if you want to join. So are you, Mail.
So I look really cool.
Recently, we received a lot of Facebook feedback from customers. Ask how to bind FR Sky SPRI-RX with FR Sky X9 Lite TX. Please check the below method. So the link that Sunrise Water Media put in might be helpful to you there with that X9 Lite.
Yeah,
but it's not
because it's showing that it's an ACCST D16. With the mode that it's putting it in, which is different than what I would have thought, because I would have for the FR Sky B16.
Yeah, and I think I've got to flash the drive to use the ACCT.
Okay.
Rather than the Access.
Right.
Either that, or I've got to figure out where the ACC CST is.
To make sure the protocol of FR Sky X9 Lite has been flashed to ACC ST protocol is the first thing it says. So,
that's what I got to do.
Yeah, it's all see, when FR Sky come out, they had one system, and then they decided to go to something that was a little bit less latency and a little bit smoother, and it changed the whole radio. So, like, 2 different radios could look exactly the same, except for the firmware that they're actually running, and it throws everything off.
When they went to the Access 2, so
and
that's what
you get into, like the receivers, like the XM Pluses, and you can change the firmware on those, so you can flash those to the Access or the Ace XL or whatever yourself through the system, but they didn't do it with the firmware to differentiate between the 2 very well. So a lot of people catch up on that.
All right. I had to close on one windows because I had. Yeah, I think I've looked at this one, and I need to. I guess I got to set that. Put all those little, set for SBI bind hop and blah blah blah. Now, do I do that on the transmitter?
Yeah, that'll be on the radio itself.
On the radio itself, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. CL bind RX. Yeah.
Lloyd, you might just have to push the damn button, Harry. There's a button. There's a bind button on the receiver.
Oh yeah.
Those beta flight commands do not always work.
Sometimes there's one on the board, right, that you can actually push the button and then plug it in, or plug it in and then push the button, depending on which one it is.
Yeah, is there more than one button? I've got this bind button.
Sometimes there's 2. Sometimes there's one for the receiver, and sometimes there's one for the main board.
Right.
Sometimes there's a 3rd one because there's a VTX built into it as well, which gives you your VTX channel changes and mode changes and power changes and all that shit too. So yeah.
They couldn't make it friggin' simple, could they?
No,
of course not.
No, I'm an old fart just learning this.
The wiring diagrams ourselves and figure them the fuck out. Now
I do owe this to. Yeah, I figured out that part, but it's the receiver I got this or the transmitter I've got, Mel, that's causing the problems. Not the drone. I mean, I can get it in beta. I did change the name of this It said Tiny Hawk 400 AGL, and I named it Tiny Hawk Grumpy 1.
There you go.
So I figured that much out, you know.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
How you doing, Mr. Emu Fossil? Thank you for coming in,
when do we get into the camera drones, guys?
Good hanging on the
Get
wall.
some real talk.
Hanging on the wall behind you.
No, I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna fly. It looks good through those goggles. I'll say that much.
That's good. So your video is working. That's a plus there. Everything needs to be there. Yeah. So it's just a receiver communication.
Yeah. This has got the. Oh, hell, I can't even remember what it's called.
Those are some Amway type antennas on there. It look like some Fat Shark type goggles.
Yeah, they're Fat Shark. It's the Dominator HD. It's the Dominator HD3.
Okay, those are good goggles.
I think it's the LaForge. Yeah.
I know y'all get sick of me.
So it's got the day on each side.
Yeah, yeah.
But you put a bird into acro mode, flying with the goggles, and you will never feel more like a bird.
Well, this is all Doc Murdoch's fault because he came by my house and he had a set of extra goggles. We went over and flew. I put them on and he took me zipping down. It's like, that's it. I'm just doing the ride along. Yeah. Ran through a battery or so. Just did the ride along. It's like, oh, I got to get into this. And then Mel sent me the, Mel, I have the X9 Lite with the XJT module on the back. So, I probably should have bought a radio
you should
link
be able to do Excel
jumper.
or access either one and have no issues. It's just a matter of making sure the radio is communicating right and things are set right. I think that can be tricky. Once you figure it out the first time, it's pretty simple. But
once I figured
it out for the first time was like a pain in the ass. It's like, what? I do this?
My wife's ready to kill me, so I can't be in here long because I was smart. Oh, I got to tell you guys, and I'll be off the show real quick, Adrian, because I got to stay on the good side of my wife because she actually bought the goggles for me. So
a happy
after
wife,
I found them,
happy life.
So, but anybody who's watched my show has heard me talk about. I had this external hard drive. It's a Seagate little external hard drive.
They work. I got one.
Yeah, that one there. I've been hunting for it for 2.5 years. I found it today. I tore this office, well, worse than it is. I mean, I tore it up trying to look for it. My wife says, let's go down to the cabin. We hadn't been down there since last year. I said, all right, well, we'll go down there. And so I took her down there. We're sitting in there and back over in the corner behind the table, up against the wall, on the floor.
We got an echo.
That's not from me.
It just came
in. Okay. Anyways, this was sitting on the floor, up against the wall, back in the corner. I hunted for this thing. This has some files on it I needed. So it's like,
wait, you found it?
I
found it, yeah. So it's about
that link
that thing for 2 years.
Carlos just put into the chat is probably pretty helpful.
Okay.
So that goes along with what I was saying, Carlos, with the SPRI and all that, depending on what beta flight version you're running is to what the RX bind is. So that could be possibly what he's having some issues with too.
I'm not sure that Tiny Hawk does it, but it could.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played with them at all. I'm just going by what I played with for like the beta flight all-in-one board that I have, like that. I've got the beta flight all-in-one in, I think, my toothpick, and I think I've got it in the 3-inch
I've found
DRL.
I've found 3 different birds using the SPI command, and all of them were a little bit different depending upon what
depends on what the
beta
flight is flashed onto the board, right?
I'll tell
Yeah,
you.
Because it's going to go by whatever Betaflight is on the board.
No, but what happened with that is all they did was copy the instructions from one to the other, and they didn't switch the bind command on one of them.
Right, right.
NDRC.
And the firmware has changed so much in Betaflight as far as the language, so they're constantly changing that right now. I don't know how soon they're going to stabilize and.
Well, I know once I get it,
but
once I get it in there.
2 years ago, we couldn't even bind through Betaflight. We had to actually do it manually, straight up. There was no way to do it through Betaflight at all.
Through Betaflight,
any command and CLI and all that shit.
But I need to put on the ACCP on this first, right?
Yep.
ACC,
that's what I would say is flash that with the ACCST and go from there. And then
got the OpenTX and it's got the.
It's probably having a communication problem from firmwares.
What the hell is that switch warning?
I think for about $30-40 you can buy a multi-protocol and you can fly anything and everything.
He said it was bound and flew great on his QX7. What's your QX7? ACCST or XL?
He would the QX7 would be great. Yeah, the QX7 was fine.
If it was the XL or the ACCST protocol that he had on his QX7, because that's where it'll change from.
Yeah. I wonder if
whatever he had on his QX7 is what you should probably put on the radio and make sure it's on that, and then go from there. It'll probably say on the front of the radio, Mel. It should tell you like on the bottom right corner of the digital screen or top left corner. It'll either say access or ACC ST or whatever.
Yeah, I got RML access. RML FCC, XJT Lite D16.
Mine says it down here in the bottom left corner on the QX. This is the QX7S.
Right.
Got it down in the bottom left corner, but some of them have it in the opposite corner over here. Like I think on the X9 it showed it over in the other corner there.
Let's see. Okay, I've got got it on D8, so I'm just going to have to flash that to. I think I'm going to have to.
The one that Carlos just put up was saying D16 even will take it.
Okay, all right.
So that could be part of the problem is you're trying D8, not D16, and it's not accepting the full protocol. So
maybe that's it.
It's not going to hurt either way. If you try to bind it on 16, it's either going to bind properly or not.
Or it's not.
Same thing with D8. All you're going to do is waste time trying.
Yeah.
You're not going to hurt anything.
And I've wasted enough time already, so.
Whereas when you start going into firmware and flashing firmware, you could do some things that you don't want to do.
Yeah, I know.
It could be a pain in the ass.
That's why I'm trying.
Around that way and gave it to somebody else and let them deal with the headache sense.
I just roll what's on there.
ACCST saying. So yeah, that's probably what you need.
It says ACCST, so I need to put.
Yeah, it works fine on his other one, and now it's not working. Okay. So it's probably just the firmware upgrade.
Yeah. It's just I need to add the ACC access to this. Once I do that, they even mention it on the XJT or Free Sky XJT site about you adding. Access.
They're trying to get everything over to the new protocol.
Mike,
there's so many old radios out. I mean, it's hard to do. So,
Mike,
well, and this is a new. Well, it's a couple years old. Should have probably just got a jumper 16 or something.
It came out after the new protocol.
Adrian takes his hat to the dry cleaners to have them steam pressed.
He has it starched. Mike, I just put a battery into the charger. It's at 0%.
0%. Run that one a little low there, Carlos.
Yeah, I didn't realize.
It's still charged though.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Well, yeah, keep an eye on that one.
Yep.
I would definitely.
The radio
even
master
little one has life on
okay.
fucking make a big fire, dude. Even when that's a
running. A fire. No, I'm gonna keep an eye on it.
Thank you for coming in, Joe.
You get into these bigger chargers, they won't even do under like a 2.5. I can't even plug a battery in. If it's got a cell under 2.5, it won't register and it won't let me charge. So I have to put it on NIM boost it up a little bit to get the cells up a little bit, and then put it on charge and hope for the best. Ooh. Yeah, that's some pushy, scary stuff right there when you're playing with NIM and lipos.
Tiny Hawk model said at mode.
It's not recommended.
Channel 1 through. Okay. Yeah.
The cells are off. Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, that's. I have that part, but I don't have the ACCST. I have the new Access 2.0.
CCEL XL.
Yeah, Excel, whatever. Yeah. What is that? Excel.
Accelerated.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Mine says it right there. Access.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, so you got the access.
If he has the access,
that should be what you need.
There's a difference between assist and access. This is access. Where the hell is it? See, that's the access.
Right.
That's different than the one you've got, which is the ACCST. Yeah. Yep. See, access is what screws everything up.
Yeah. That's
anybody that had
protocol. It's supposed to be easier.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. Joshua Bardwell has been griping a lot about it. Yeah.
I think that's what my old radio was, and that's what caused me problems, and that's why I got rid of it and bought the QX7S. I was like, fuck it.
Hey, Jim hold on a second, guys. Hey, Jim Jordan, have a good night, sir. Mr. JRC, thank you for coming in, buddy. WTF Mike.
See ya.
Thank you for coming in, so we appreciate the support, buddy.
Oh, it's taking.
We appreciate you so much. He left you gray, brother.
It's up to 3%, Mike. It's going.
Just a note there, Adrian.
Who's gray? Oh, WTF
I
Mike.
was Mel.
WTF Mike.
Not anymore.
There you go.
It's a long story.
I was just catching
I got
up,
the.
brother.
Yeah.
Now he got the blue wrench.
Woohoo! Family.
Mel wanted to know. He thought I was going to get the QX7. I was, but I got the X9 because I got a better.
Yeah, I went with radio.
But I got a better deal.
I'm loving that thing, dude.
That happened to Brian. He bought an X9D from Ken Dobo, and he had to end up spending another 40 some odd bucks for the
module.
The module underneath.
That module wasn't that much. I still only have about $110 tied up in the whole thing. So
yeah, you'd have paid that for the straight up QX7.
Yeah, it would have cost.
Yeah,
140 for the S. You know, 160 or something like that for the radio master.
Yeah, so I still probably should have gone with the Radio Link or the jumper.
That Radio Master is a badass radio, dude. It's
Radio Master, yeah,
it's beautiful radio. I love it.
Pretty inexpensive too, right? $150.
Yeah, Adam got ours when I got mine. Adam got the pro versions. He bought 2 of them. He bought one, and then found out it was going to take so long because it was pre-order. So he ordered one from somewhere else.
Yeah,
and so he ended up with 2 of them. Well, they were both the pro model with the gimbals and everything else. So he sold me, but we got them for like $135 because it was pre-order type stuff.
Did he ever get like those printers for real cheap?
Dude, they're still showing shipping, but they're still showing shipping. We haven't seen them yet, but yeah, 11 cents a piece for Creality CR10S.
How many did he buy?
10 of them. Look, he's just like, yeah, I'll spend it. So,
yeah, I would have bought them for that price too.
And then my ATV that I bought on those Facebook ads shit, it was like $50 for an ATV. So it's like a tracked scooter, 196cc motor, gallon gasoline, this or that. Does like 42 kilometers per hour, blah, blah, blah.
Did you get it?
So it's supposed to be here by like between the 5th and the 13th. Right now, DHL is showing the 5th. So by like next Wednesday or something like that, I'm supposed to have it. But for $50, dude, I'm like, dude, if that thing comes, I'm going to be so stoked.
I'm you buy another one for that price.
Yeah, dude, it's like it's normally like I think the price was like normally 130 or something like that for that one. But it was like
1,500.
Yeah, they're crazy prices, dude. It's like, wow. They got so the e-bike we rode down there, Johnny Droneflyer's e-bike that we rode down there. They've got an e-bike on there. It says it'll do like 3 hours on a charge for ride time, and it looks fairly similar, not quite as robust as the one Tiny Drone Flyer had, but they've got one on there for like $30. So if I get the ATV, and I think I'm going to get the e-bike too. Let's see if it's some like Sane Shop, or it's one of them weird marketing things on Facebook or whatever. I was like, man, $50 for an ATV. What the fuck? No, it ain't going to happen. So I used PayPal so that I've got my PayPal warranty and money exchange. I'll get my money back regardless, which is all I care. As long as I get my money back, I don't care if I wait a month to find out I got to get my money back. But so I tried it on PayPal, and so far it's moving around, dude. It's in the States, moving from location to location currently too. So it may happen. I'm hoping it's not just like a brochure or some shit.
How are you, Brian?
You're going to get 150,000 brochures. You got to become a salesman.
I'll be so pissed. They send me the track and the rest of the shit's in fucking.
Hey, fellas, give me a minute. How you doing, Mr. Blind Neil? Thank you for coming in, sir. We also want to welcome Dre, Recovery One Drone. Thank you, sir. Who else is in here? We got JSK Enterprise. How you doing, sir? Thank you for coming in, buddy. Hey, I'm not really saying nothing about the FPV because I'm still learning, so I don't even know how to contribute to the conversation.
Yeah,
so.
you're
bad.
that learning point. You're like, man, that almost breaks me right there. I know what you're feeling, man. That's why we like encourage you and hope you don't get out of it for $80, dude. I've smashed an FPV quad that cost me $200 just from flying a pack. You know what I mean? It was like brand new quad or this or that. Or
Adrian, I lost.
Had to go pay for some shit and
$450 in that Florida drone at least.
Yeah,
crying about
Carlos, the one that went down in the water with Carlos, dude. There was a session on there. You're talking a quad, so that's like $450, $500 easy down in the water, dude.
So stop crying and buy yourself another drone and fly.
Just the thing, dude. We're dealing with radio signal. You can't predict that shit.
Absolutely, yeah.
It happens.
I'm going to bail out of here because got to keep the wife happy, and it's
good luck
time for at least one more nap before bedtime. So
hopefully you get that all bound up and working, man.
Thank you for coming in, Lloyd. Appreciate you.
Thanks for the help, guys. I've got these bookmarked that you guys those last couple of links.
There you go.
So I will. They'll be sitting here waiting in the morning, hopefully, or in the afternoon, whenever I get up. But thanks a lot, guys.
Adios.
Good seeing you, Adrian.
See you later, sir.
Later, everyone.
See you later.
Tom, you've been so quiet. I've never heard that. I'm not sure what
Dude, my head hurts, okay? I'm just a lowly camera drone flyer, okay?
Like, wow.
I'm just a lowly camera drone flyer who owns a DJI FPV drone, so that does not make me a party.
I got some beautiful footage tonight from the DJI FPV Mini 2 from the sunset. It was a gorgeous night tonight. The wind finally died down just enough to put it up and make me feel comfortable and play around. I was like, yeah, I'm going out. Nice. I ain't flown in a few days, and the wind's been crazy here and rain and all that shit. Hopefully tomorrow's going to be better, but there's no guarantees. We're saying like 3 o'clock we're going to get rain and this and that. So I took my chance and got at least a flight in tonight.
Just to burn some batteries, man. I got to get out.
Yeah, just to get up in the air, man. I just
So Tom, I gotta go out on the bikes in the morning. We got our e-bikes, so I promised the bride we gotta go out. So
Tom, you only have one battery. You got more batteries.
Oh please, Adrian, I'm a battery whore. For my DJI FPV, I got 5. I got 5 for my Air 2. I got with all my bloated. If I don't count bloated batteries, I still have 6 batteries for my.
So how you liking the DJI FPV?
I'm getting a kick out of it, man. I was out in Red Rock. I was out in Mojave.
Yeah, you've had some good areas to fly, definitely.
I went out to Jean Lake Bed, and I was chasing.
You're back down south again now?
No, I'm back in New York City now. Okay. Yeah, I'm back in New York City and regretting it.
Yeah,
I'm
now there's no place to fucking fly.
I'm getting done, man. They said, I got my a lot of my crew going back into the office beginning next week, and man, I'm getting close. I'm putting my papers in. I think that's it.
Right, dude. Yeah,
I just want to I just want to get up in the morning and go fly if I want to. Okay.
Do whatever the hell I want to. Go golfing.
Jump in the RV and
lay naked on the beach if I want to. Whatever.
Dude, I just want a boondock. I just want to go out there, go off grid.
Yeah. Boondocking.
And wake up in the morning, man, just in someplace different and throw the drone up and get the bird's eye, you know. So
just so you know, they make
take care, Mel.
A little bit harder since this pandemic.
Just most definitely. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I know.
And we did a pretty good boondocking down there in Florida. Me and Drone Worship boondocked over at the Walmart Home Depot parking lots for like 3 days.
I'm talking about boondocking on a mountain ridge about 7,000 feet up, waiting for that sunrise. You know, the problem is they closed a lot of Bureau of Land Management spots up in
because they don't want to pay those wildlife people to hang out.
No, you know what it is? Unfortunately, you know, a lot of people overstay in the 15-day rule. And then, of course, the day use people going in here and people are setting up cities in some of those areas. So. No, man, the garbage. You know, we saw a couple of spots where it was bad, and it's so heartbreaking, you know.
You familiar with Bob Wells?
Yeah, I know of the name.
Cheap RV Living?
Yes. That's where I know.
Looks like Santa Claus.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You get some good info from him.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, there's so many good content providers out there, and, you know, it does make it a lot easier. We're in fact not going to keep any property here in New York. We're going to take up and head out there. We got a house in Henderson. So
where are you in New York?
We're in Queens.
I know.
New York City. Glendale, Queens. Glendale. Okay. Yeah, where are you, Carlos?
I'm 1 mile west of St. John's University, near the Grand Central.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Grand Central and Main Street, Grand Central.
Sure. Know the area right by Queens General.
Yep.
Over there, yeah. Know the area, and yep, I'm not far from. I'm not far from my shitty Stop and Shop. Okay, you go into a supermarket out in Henderson, man. It's like you hear when the doors open, the angels sing. You smell bakery right away. Okay, they got a place for you to put your feet up. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous, man. It's fucking ridiculous. Here, you know, you scan your own shit, and still when you go to the shelf, when you go to the shelf, it's still empty. It's like, wait a second, how could you run out of this if you have a computerized inventory system that tells you I just bought this the other day? Okay, so I just. You know, the level of frustration, you know what it comes down to? It comes down to quality of life, man. Okay? Out there, I hear birds chirping. Here, I hear some emotionally disturbed person talking on their phone, walking outside my door. Okay? So, yeah, I'm kind of done with this.
Woodhaven? Woodhaven Boulevard?
Yeah, not far at all. Not far at all.
Yeah, my cousin lives in Jamaica.
Jamaica is not so bad of a neighborhood.
I worked in the city. This is my 40th year on the job, and
you're a cop?
No, fire.
Oh, okay.
Started as a medic up in the South Bronx in the early '80s. You know, go by the glow. But I'm kind of done, man. I'm fried. Enough is enough. Go out there.
Hey, Chris, thank you for coming in, sir.
Go out there with my camera. And White PD, the view chaser. Thanks, brother.
Do you bother going to Flushing Meadow Park?
Yeah, we go over there sometimes. We meet up with a few friends over there.
Cunningham Park?
You know where we go a lot, Carlos? We go down to Calvert Vaux. We go out to the Rockaways. Okay. I love taking a ride out to Montauk. Especially, yeah, I know, man. It's a schlep, but if you do a sunrise out there, freaking awesome, you know.
First of all,
Gossman's,
why would you name anything Flushing?
Oh no, there's a good reason for that because yes, it means
water.
it means exactly what you think it means.
It means running water.
It means hold the latrine handle down just a little longer. Okay, that's what it means.
Okay. Flushing is a little China and a little Korea.
Oh yeah. Heavy Asian, heavy Asian. In my area.
Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, Tom, I would like to say this. Thank you for your service, because a firefighter is an admirable.
I appreciate that.
Firefighters do more shit than the military does.
Look, just let's not kid ourselves, okay? Big boys with toys.
Do you know?
Well, we get more toys than the government spends more, but most of the time they're sitting around for the most part.
You ever
My last
always
named Dji in the fire department? Dji? No.
I'm sorry.
You ever hear anybody named Dji? I can't remember his last name right now.
There's 18. There's 18,000 of us.
Are there
JP Getty?
That's just his area.
18,000.
Brooklyn or Manhattan.
I'm behind the scenes now, guys. I'm a deputy bureau chief.
Yeah.
I run technologies now.
Okay.
Yeah, I was tempted to do that too, because my cousin is an EMT and he lives in Jamaica, Queens. So I was like, oh, I was gonna go, hey, do you know my cousin? But then I thought about it. You know, I'm like, there's like 20,000 firefighters.
Yeah, it's
15,000 EMTs. You know,
did you say Jamaica, Queens?
Jamaica, yeah.
That's close to me.
That's for you, boy.
His zip code is 1.
That was for you, Adrian.
Yeah, when I came out of the Navy, I was a corpsman in the Navy. So when I came out of the Navy, came back to New York, I went on the job with EMS, and I went up to the South Bronx. I worked as a medic up in the South Bronx on midnights. I loved it, man. I love that effing place. So you were the family doctor, basically. You did it all up there, and you know, now I get to play with fun toys. I mean, I run the robotics program is one of my pet projects.
They're getting rid of that with the cops. Didn't you hear something like that?
Well, the problem with the cops is you have civil liberties issues to deal with, and warrants and subpoenas, and we're just the guys you always want to see. We're the guys there to rescue your ass, right? So,
right,
you know, it's a completely different world. My son just retired off the job with NYPD. You know, big difference between the jobs. I'll tell you, here's the way you know the big difference. In NYPD, you tell everybody how many days you got left to hit your 20. In FDNY, you say how many days you've been on the job. It's a big difference. Okay.
Now that is a good way to
I would
put
say
it.
that the New York Police Department, NYPD, would be like a daily thing of dealing with bullshit.
Yeah, you know, you're never winning on that job. Okay,
they're the people you don't want to see.
And they're not even backed up by
some of them want to see you because they need help, but half the people are being called on because the neighbors are too nosy or this or that, and
it's a complex
situation. One or two bad cops make it bad for all the other cops.
Look, and the other problem is you expect the cops to do everything and anything,
and
you can't be. Well. Look, what's the old line? Okay, you know,
can't please everyone.
You know, a jack of all trades, master of none, right? Yeah. You know, the problem is you want them to deal with mental health. Well, why don't you deal with mental health? Why'd you close down all the freaking programs for mental health? And so I got them walking outside in my neighborhood now. I you know, you have people that need help, can't get it, and then you put people in situations. You put people in situations and. You're going to
that becomes politics when it comes down to it, though. It's
just
politics and money and what we want to invest in. And
listen, the wife of the mayor in New York City, Mrs. De Blasio, got a whole bunch of millions of bucks, and they're still trying to figure out what the hell she did with it.
Guys, I will make one political statement only, because unfortunately I am still on the job. So let me make it across the finish line and not trip before it, okay? So this is my one political statement. We are in a bad freaking marriage, and we're the kids being neglected in the corner, okay? I don't care if you're a Republican, a Democrat, or whatever. We're the ones not winning here, guys, because you got people up there that do not have any touch with reality,
Right.
Okay. We have no term limits.
Nor do they care. They don't
You
care.
want to? Well, look, you don't contribute to Social Security, so you don't care if you reach in and take mine. Okay. You don't pay into health insurance, but
Doesn't
we give
hurt
you
them
and
a
your
bit.
family. We give you and your family carte
It
blanche.
doesn't affect them. They don't care.
But nobody else can get it, right? You know what's going to happen with the market next and can trade on it. But if I do, I'm going to spend time in jail. So I don't care if you want to be a career politician.
I do.
Here's the only thing I would say. No, and I'll tell you. Look, everybody needs a career, okay? We understand that. We need hobbies too, okay? But
Term limits.
Look, you can start as a councilman, spend 8 years, work your way up to a controller, work your way up to a mayor, work your way up to a state senator. I don't care. Stay in one job for more than 8 years, okay? You can't be a state senator sitting up in Washington for the last 43 years and think you got a handle on what's happening back home. It can't be.
You're not sitting there.
Okay.
You're up in Washington. You're not sitting at home.
A two-party system is nothing but a bad marriage. Yep. Okay. And I feel like the neglected kid in the corner.
It's only the information that they want to send forward goes.
They keep spending my allowance.
Yep.
They do not represent the will of the people.
Well, that's the problem.
They attempt to, but
no, not even. What they do is they cater to the will of the guy in the lobby with a lot of money. That's who they cater to.
So you have a situation that happened, right, where Delta and Coke said, "Hey guys, we don't like what happened in Georgia with the election laws," and then the politicians come out and go, "Hey, time out, corporate America, stay out of politics." Whoa, wait a second. Wait. These are the same guys that padded your pocket. But you don't want them to stay out of that, right? You don't want them to stay out of the lobbying aspect where you get a dime out of that. But when you make a bad decision and they don't like what you said, they shouldn't say anything.
I used to be a Pepsi drinker until Pepsi decided to support the politics.
Look, I don't care what side they... You can't have it both ways. You can't say you can pad my pocket, but you can't have a mention. Right. But it's the same thing they're saying to us too. Okay? Well, don't tell me what you want, how you want me to vote. But wait a second. I voted you in. I'm supposed to be the one.
Don't tell me how to vote. Tell me how you want to. Tell me how I need to vote. By
but there's no concern there. That's
they have to represent the people, and they forgot all about this.
How the hell?
But wait a minute. But at the same time,
it's the majority of people, though.
How many guys here? How many guys here get a pension after 6 years?
Nope.
Okay. Oh, none of us, huh?
And benefits.
Well, how many of us are looking to retire? Nope.
No. Dude. As soon as possible.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that guideline. I just went with the career and worked my ass off and didn't get into all the bullshit.
My pension's been villainized. Okay. When the market started,
even the guys that thought they were doing something got beat up.
Well, Lehman took the hit. People walking out the door after 20-something years, and everybody starts looking at my pension. But buddy, look, 40 years in August. I never got a Christmas bonus. In fact, I didn't get many Christmases off. Okay, I didn't get many Christmases off.
Hold up, Tom. Give me a second, Tom.
Are you kidding me? Just to say hello, you're going to stop a thought? My mouth.
Wait a minute. How you doing, Mr. John Live RC? How you doing, buddy? JSK Enterprise. How you doing, sir? Thank you for coming in.
I'm gonna go horizontal, guys. Be good, Adrian. Thanks for letting me in.
One thing that
Carlos.
What? Where did he go?
He said he's going to be horizontal. He's going to bed. It's 11:09 p.m. and and he plans on flying tomorrow, I think.
How you doing, Johnny Drone Flyer? Well, to actually kind of piggyback on you, I watched some other people actually saying on the in the chat, Tom. And I really hate talking about politics because sometimes, you know what I mean, we tend to get a little emotional. And I hate the fact that there's a lot of bullshit going on where I feel that we vote these idiots in and they're supposed to work for us, but it seems like we working For them, and they just don't give a they just. I'm gonna say this.
We get to see it from a different side.
Listen. I'm gonna say this
way. From a different side now, though, too.
But see, Mike, I'm gonna say this way. I feel like they just don't give a shit. Period.
Well,
you know what? I just wanted to make one little point, and that is, it's amazing how many of these people that are senators or whatever that make $170,000 a year somehow become millionaires. Now,
I agree with you. Yep. Tell me how that happens, right? I struggle. And look, guys, my problems are first world problems. I'm going to tell you right now, okay? But I make a decent salary. I worked my ass off. I got myself into a position. I make a damn decent salary.
It was choices,
and I hope to walk away with a good portion of it. Okay,
all about choices.
But the thing is that I'm not walking away like high on the hog here.
No, you're walking away with.
I have my nose to the grindstone, but I don't get it.
A lot of blood, sweat.
These guys come out of office and they are high on the hog. I mean, it's like there's just this is why I'm saying, look,
make a living on retirement and barely make that.
Yeah, if you're worried about your next election, if you're worried about doing the right thing and making a difference so that you can springboard your way up and you have a level of ambition, I have no problem with that. Okay? As long as it's my interest and the interest of my neighbors that you have. But it doesn't a lot of that's not happening. Yeah, and look, our forefathers were pretty smart in regards. Look, John Adams, okay, citizen farmer. He turned around and said a two-party system will be the death of this democracy. Okay, so somebody had some common sense, and unfortunately, we have two parties that exclude everybody else from playing the game. If the libertarians, the independents, or somebody gets, just shy of the number of votes needed in a national election, sorry, you can't get matching funds next time around.
See,
we're going to lock you out.
We're actually a three-party system, aren't we?
In what regard?
We have Republicans, domestics, and libertarians off to the side, the third party. The third party is just so small it doesn't get noticed.
Right. Well, the problem with the third party,
there.
The Libertarian Party usually comes, look, the Libertarian Party has to get a certain percentage in the national election in order to get a say and in order to get any matching funds.
They're just so small.
They come up, but they come so close. Okay, they come so close. But you know what part of the problem is, and it's something that we have to start embracing over time, I think, is you got to start working towards almost like a coalition government where you can get multiple parties together to back you, and you have to run, you work those platforms, because all we have here is, I don't care if it goes Republican, Democrat every 4 years, it won't matter because nothing gets done.
It just reverses itself every other 4 years.
It's a stalemate. It's a right. It's a bad marriage, right?
Floppy.
You piss me off this time, and next time, I'm going to make sure I piss you off.
And that's the way the elections seem to go,
I feel like I keep on getting left out, man. Yeah. We're getting left out. We're getting shortchanged. And the problem is, it's going to start to hurt big time. I mean, look, we've gone through a lot here. We got to get through this bullshit. And we got to get to the other side. One thing the big mistake we made was we politicized the pandemic. Okay, we shouldn't do that. We don't learn from history. We just keep repeating it. And because we let people sensationalize bullshit, we get fed. Social media is just like, how many freaking Facebook doctors and lawyers are there today? Holy shit. And Adrian, man, damn, you post something in a drone group and the drone police come out of left field.
Yeah.
Okay. And everybody's like on edge here. So I don't know, man. We need some mega meetups out there. Okay. That's what we need. Adrian, that Florida one looked like a brotherly love.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Man.
It was amazing.
Right?
It was awesome.
Yeah, we're
As
going to
long
try
as
to do
it's-
something up here in June or July. So.
Hey, Tommy. Hey, Tommy. Matter of fact, Lon, he came from Michigan. Mike came from Michigan. You know what I mean? Carlos came from New York.
Stevie. Yeah, Stevie. Stevie came from New York.
Yeah, Stevie came from New York. He was there.
Yeah.
We have people coming. We have people coming from Colorado. You know what I mean?
Right.
Philadelphia. Like, it was great.
Right.
It shows the passion for the hobby, man. It does. It really does.
Yeah. The long and the short.
That's what I enjoy about it.
Yeah, we get the government we deserve, though. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know,
Well,
know, these people
We
are
don't invest.
assholes, and everybody complains, but nobody does anything about it. I just hear a bunch of
Everybody
people
waits.
cry about it, but I don't see
Everybody-
anything actually doing anything.
People don't talk to their politicians, right? Lon, you know, that's the problem. You know, I'm going to bitch and moan about my local politician, but I'm not going to say anything to him. I'm not going to make recommendations, or I'm not going to let him know how I feel. And then every 4 years, you'll just complain about it. And that's who we are. That's who we are, man. You know, it is pathetic. And look, we don't go out and vote normally, right? I mean, I vote all the time. It's just that's how I was raised. But we as a nation, we don't vote. We take a privilege and we cast it to the side. We don't take advantage of it. You know.
You know, the only reason people voted this last time is because the votes came to them in the mail. You know, and they made it easy as possible. If you got to step out your house and cross the street, 90% of the people won't vote. But if the vote came to the mailbox,
the voting was up this year for being a pandemic.
That's the only reason why half these people voted.
Dude, with today's technology, why can't we get it right? That's all. I look. I'm not gonna.
The reason
I'm not going to discuss one side or the other of the issue.
No,
I'm just going to say, with the technology we have today, what am I missing here? What part of this don't I get? Am I too naive to think that there's solutions out there? But why are we ignoring them? What's the sense of it?
The reason people voted this last workaround is because everybody was in a pandemic and they didn't think that the government was taking care of them enough. So they thought that maybe if they voted, they might get some better recovery and some, a help out of it. And promises. That's how they are. Promises.
Well, again, the one thing we don't treat it like we want to treat business, right? With business, okay, you under promise, over deliver. Okay.
ROI.
Yeah, we get the exact opposite.
I want ROI.
Okay, I wanna spend a little bit of my retirement money before before I leave this green earth. Okay. I just want to get a little bit of traction on that pension.
So let's go back to our drones.
Well, the great thing about there, Adrian, is Red Rock Canyon is a national wildlife preserve and conservatory area, but you can fly your drones there. Ooh. That is what is awesome about the
Red Rock Canyons is a great place.
Man,
we went through there and travels through coming from Michigan to California, and that was one of the, as a child, like 10, 12 years old or whatever, that's one of the most memorable places is Red Rock Canyon and whatnot, the Petrified Forest of Arizona.
If I would, if I were allowed to fly wherever I wanted to fly, I have two places. One would be Bryce Canyon and fly amongst the hoodoos. Mm-hmm. Okay. And the other would be Times Square, New York. Okay. Those would be cool. The two spots. Okay. I would love to fly Times Square with an FPV.
That would be badass.
That would be the ultimate rip, is like at the highlight of all events or something like that, where it's all lit up, that type of thing, you know? Yeah.
Shoot up #1 Times Square, right up the top of the ball.
Dive the ball.
Yeah, dive the ball.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this. With the right little
with
quad,
the tiny whoop type thing and the
you could
be able to.
You could tear it up.
100, 250 and all that. You should be able to this year, pretty much.
Well,
run digital and just
send that shit, dude. Send that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that Big Ed Carlos did flying in that mall and along Wall Street.
Dude, that was the gorilla whooping at mall. Him and Drone Bum. That was one of his.
Well,
epic
you know,
videos.
that's something
a great FPV type flight.
Yeah, that's something I've been really hitting up on YouTube a lot. Are these new what do they call them? One shots.
Yeah. Shorts.
Yeah, the one where they're, you know, the one through the bowling alley. Okay.
Oh yeah.
They had the one at the concert. Did you see the one in Russia at the Hard Rock concert?
No, I didn't.
The drone was going between the lead singer's legs.
Oh, that'd be epic, dude.
Okay. And right past the crash symbol.
Yeah.
Across the keyboards. I mean,
that
it
would
was
be
like
cool.
It was freaking insane. So, yeah, a lot of those now with these they call them, I think they're calling them one shots now, drone one shots. You know, that one through the bowling alley, that was sick. I wonder how many takes it took to do that one.
Yeah, that bowling alley, they said it was a one take, but it was 15 practice runs before he did the one
exactly.
take.
Exactly.
So I mean, he had some time on it and correspondent and, you know, choreography going on.
Still, man, that's masterful.
He did the one. He did the one at the movie theater too.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that one.
The same guy that did the one take at the bowling alley did one at the movie theater, and dude, it was cool. It was like flying down, and yeah, I'll get you a link real quick, Tom.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I wanted to hit all the abandoned buildings in Detroit, and I just never got around to it. And now they're not really abandoned anymore. They tore down a bunch of them. They're renovating a bunch of them. They're renovating the central train station now. Ford bought it. So, you know, the opportunity's gone. I'm kind of mad at myself because at one point they were all wide open, dude. You could just do whatever you wanted to. It would have been epic. And I just let it slide by like an idiot. Just being lazy.
It hurts, man. It hurts. Some of these places I think about flying that you could have, should have, would have, and never got around to it.
Yep.
You know?
That's why you become a guerrilla flyer.
Yeah. You know, the views and opinions. I just got
that one. That should be the link for the cinema flight.
Cool.
That's why you fly drone don't have tracking on it.
I mean, he like went past the popcorn people, and I mean, he was like straight on through the theater, giving you a full look, just like he did with the bowling alley.
I'll check that out. I'll check that out later.
I don't know how many takes and all that one took, but I didn't see no interviews and all that. That bowling alley really launched him though. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Like just like the viral series recently with the volcanoes, right?
Yeah, dude. The Iceland volcano stuff and whatnot.
Yeah,
I've been watching shitloads of that. Even watching the live streams of the volcano.
As long as you got some deep pockets, you can keep replacing melted drones, you know?
Yeah, he melted the shit out of that FPV drone flying it, but it was worth the footy, I guess. If you get enough money, they'd pay for
absolutely.
it. Right?
Absolutely.
It's just a kick in the pocket to build that publicity up.
I mean, you know, that went mainstream, man. That stuff went mainstream.
Hey guys, give me a minute. How you doing, Steve Carpenter? How you doing, buddy? Lone Star UAV. How you doing?
From
Thank you for coming in, buddy.
So a lot of guys are flying the Cinewhoops, like the little tiny whoops back in the days, 3-4 years ago. Jesse Perkins came out with the Tiny Whoop Corporation, which was the official Tiny Whoop. It was a Spectrum receiver,
Right.
but they were doing like these one-way whoop videos. So it was taking a whoop like Adrian did today, basically a whoop, $100, and flying that thing, knowing they weren't getting it back, dude. Their optimal thing was to not come back. It was to spend that baby and get that epic footage and still not get it back. So it was called a one-way whoop. And if you look in YouTube, you'll find one-way whoop videos all over where there's been guys like flying around the alligator parks down in Florida.
Yeah.
And they're like flying whoops around or whatever. Alligator, whoop, snatches that bitch up out of the dude.
Now, man, now with
actually sponsored them for the Tiny Whoop and shit beyond that. So it's gained them so much
a lot of popularity
along the way. It was probably worth it in the end, you know.
Oh, and now with digital, man.
Yeah,
sweet shots now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get some great resolution shots coming back.
85 millimeter and above, you can fly them DJI Air units and whatnot on.
Yeah, absolutely.
2.5 inch. That's all it takes. Yeah, crazy stuff.
How are you, Mr. Steve? Thank you for coming in, buddy.
I'm gonna bounce, man. I got an early wake up. So but guys, hey, I really appreciate you inviting me in. Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming in, sir. Appreciate you,
pleasure, bro. Always a pleasure.
Adrian, I hope you go
everybody
out there
take care.
Take a walk good night, and look around. I really do.
Mike. Actually, I'm not gonna give up yet. I'm actually gonna go ahead and wake up a little early tomorrow and just keep on. I'm actually gonna go in deeper this time. You know, keep looking for some more.
Go knock on the door next door real quick at the people that own the property and say, "Hey, man, I was flying a drone a little bit. You know, tell them it was just a little tiny drone, and I was playing around the yard, and the wind took it." And I'm sure they're going to be like, "Hey, man, if you want to go look around or whatever, don't worry about it, and you won't have to worry about trespassing or nothing. You'll feel more comfortable and you'll explore a little bit more and look for it a little bit better, I think."
I mean, those people are cool. I don't have any problem.
Yeah. If they're neighbors and shit, you should be pretty cool with them anyway, for the most part, you know? Dude, I had like 45 acres surrounding me at one place I lived at, and I was like, oh, dude, I could do anything I wanted, man. I could go wandering through all I wanted and all that shit. They were like, yeah, help yourself, man. Just don't be shooting my deer. All right. I wasn't looking to shoot no deer. I ain't got enough property for that. I'll go to a hunting cabin or find me a spot. But yeah, just having my grow here is fun enough.
I mean,
I had like 12 plants at the time.
I'm just kind of bummed that I'm a little pissed off, but I mean,
it's ass, dude. It's $100 down, dude. It's
not just that. It's heartbreaking. He had a lot of batteries charged. He was ready to fly.
Dude, he was so geeky.
13 batteries.
He was
13 batteries.
Yesterday night.
13 batteries?
Yeah, he's got 13 batteries charged up before one battery he got today. So he's got a dozen packs over there still charged up at least. And no drone to fly them on.
You're going to find it in the morning, Adrian. You just got to go look again.
I hope you do, because otherwise you need to take those batteries that you got charged up and put them on a charger and drain them down to a storage cell charge. Otherwise, they're just going to go poof and expand and be junk. And I'd hate to see you waste your money on that too.
Hey, Mike.
Listen.
And the thing is, the pack that it went with the drone was the pack that's like the 2-pack in one, like the big one.
The 2-cell.
Yeah, that one. Dude. Damn it. Yeah, that one.
You were fine.
He couldn't fight the wind in two. What kind of winds were you fucking playing in today, Adrian? Was it 27-gram drone?
He couldn't fly. He couldn't fight the wind and stuff.
Yeah. You can't fight it that much more in accurate than you can in stable with that little bird, but you can fight a little bit more.
Here's the other thing. I didn't realize you were flying a 2S pack, Adrian. You do realize you have to change stuff in the bird to fly 2S on that, don't you?
No, you shouldn't have to. The bird can recognize it. there is a different tune in the bird on the profiles from 1S to 2S, but it shouldn't make that much of a difference as far as all it is more power. They just tune it down for more power.
I will tell you that
that's all they did in the tune.
In my humble opinion, because I hardly ever do the 2S packs on that bird.
Carlos said, I told you not
that was the
2S.
best battery you could have lost, because I never fly them. I always fly mine 1S.
Yeah, 2S packs are fun, dude. There's a lot of punch in a 2S pack for a little tiny whoop. Good. So my Mobula 7 that I've got, the original Mobula 7, I can run on a 450 mAh 2S, and it's the same battery pack that I run on my 3-inch toothpick. So if I charge them up, I can just throw them into my Mobula. All my little Mobula 300 mAhs are all puffy and this and that, and they ain't worth the shit. So I don't get shit for flight time. But if I throw that 2S in there, so I went ahead and changed it over to an XT30 on my Mobula 7 so that I run just the 2S packs on it. I don't even run a 1S pack on it now on my Mobula 7.
Now, the Mobula 7, I'll buy that because I always ran.
It's a different bird than the Tiny Hawk. The Tiny Hawk, too, is like bigger motors and all that kind of shit. So it's a different bird for sure. But yeah, I just went ahead and switched over. The power connection on an XT30 versus a JR or JST connection is so much bigger. So much more current flow. So having the XT, oh damn.
The hell wrong with you, Mike?
Holy shit. Fucking killing me, dude. Got me into a cough and then a sneeze. Anyway, so an XT30 on a 2S pack on the Mobula 7 gives me about a minute more flight than I was getting on like 2 1S packs running it on the JST connections, because the power consumption is way better on an XT30 than a JST anyway.
Well, no loss power.
Yeah, there's no loss. It's straight connection, and so that was one of the things back in the day they always said is go to the bigger connections if you can.
Yeah, man.
It's better power flow.
But again, hey guys, I'm about yeah, man. Hey, Blind Neil, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in, sir.
That brought a tear to my eye, dude.
Sorry if you were out there and I didn't see you, but I appreciate that, man. But yeah, man, I just want to see the goddamn thing. Just get it back. That's all I want. That's all I want.
Let me tell you what, hey, Adrian. After I talked to you on the phone, I was burning up the wires saying, Adrian already lost the Tiny Hawk too.
Ed, how many drones have you lost out there in the backyard so far, Ed?
4.
4. You hear that, Adrian? 4. And $100 minimum of a pop.
Like 6 years now.
Yeah, you'll learn from it. You'll get better at it. You'll learn from your mistake and be like, oh, it's a little too windy. I won't push it as far. This or that. You'll think about things and you'll change the way that you fly. It's like instinct, dude. It's automatic.
Thank you, Blind Neil.
You do something different, you'll be like, all right, I got this. You'll start staying a little closer, and then you'll do like Ed. Ed's starting to really. He lost some birds, but he stayed a little bit closer. So now he's starting to get a little bit better bird, and they're a little more advanced, more power. He's starting to push himself. The other night he got hung up in a tree out there on the other side of the road, didn't you?
That's probably the reason why when he let me fly his little Mobula 6 and then I took it up in there, he was like, whoa, bring it back.
Yeah, dude, that little Mobi 6 is some power, dude. That motherfucker's got all kinds of power compared to
funny as hell.
What I learned on.
It was funny as hell because he's like, afterward, he was like, the picture got so bad, I can't stand that horrible picture. And I'm like, dude, you flew on the other side of a building with a metal
You got this little antenna sticking up about an inch.
Yeah.
You flew over a metal building and concrete building. I wonder why the reception's bad. Well, God, I can get inside the basement of my cell phone and lose my 4G like that, dude. So I can imagine what it's going to do to my video reception on the drone.
I was actually shocked that he brought it back. I was amazed.
I watched that video the other night again.
I mean, Ed,
flying over the top of the building.
Ed, your goggles, the goggles that you have compared to the one that came with this drone,
twice
completely different. Your goggles are better than these right here.
Yes, they are. And that's what we told you at the beginning. It's a basic. It'll get you there. It's not going to get you the range. It's not going to get you the clarity, this or that, but it's going to get you the basics. And that was the idea, is to make sure that you wanted to go all in. Because if you don't go all in, you're spending a whole bunch of money for shit. You either go all in or you play with it a little bit. That's how it is. So if you play with it a little bit, it's good to have like that Tiny Hawk 2, $200, $230. You get the goggles, the radio, the drone, batteries, this or that, because you're not investing a whole lot. You buy a drone right now that's ready to fly, and it's going to cost you $250 for like 5-inch drone or whatever. Tiny Hawks are only $100. They're great. They're disposable, is what we call it. Because in one crash, I killed two of those in one crash with a 5-inch. So they're disposable to that point. So you understand you're going to lose some money. Yeah, it's an investment. But the adrenaline and the fun that you get out of it in the long run pays off, dude. It so pays off, dude. I fly GPS. I fly FPV. And I had GPS drones. I've got an HS 300 up there for 3 years now or some shit like that. So it's not like DJI was my first GPS type thing. I've flown them. They don't give me the rush that the FPV does. And that's what keeps me coming back to the FPV all the time.
How you doing, Mr. Rocket White? Thank you
Just
for coming
having
on,
a flight.
Appreciate your support, sir.
Do what you want, where you want, when you want. And as you get into it, you start buying more gear or better gear, longer range. Like I've got Crossfire and I've got Orca goggles and rapid fire receivers and $28 fucking patch antennas and this and that and the other. It's all for that video, dude.
All right. Well, here's the deal.
It's not so much for the receiver range, the Crossfire is, but 98% of it that you do to your drones is for cleanness of the drone and the video image. And that's what you're always pushing to get that video image.
I think Adrian needs to get him another Tiny Hawk 2. He needs to learn to put that thing in air mode and fly it that way.
And fly a little bit closer to himself as he gets used to it, until he gets used to what really range it has and what kind of wind protection it has as far as fighting the winds. This was his first flight, dude. To lose a drone on your first flight with that tiny little thing, dude, outside. If you'd have been flying it inside and fucked it up, I'd have been laughing my ass off at you. But you were outside flying that shit, dude. It's easy to get out of range with the little tiny antenna that sticks up that far out of the fucking drone. And I do it all the time with my toothpick. You know, I'll get out of range and like Chaos's first flight with the FPV. He flew my toothpick out there with me and Plummet. He'd never flown FPV, like full range, this or that, outdoors, anything. He grabbed my toothpick and he flew it. And I'm like, dude, watch it. It doesn't have all that great a range. It's just got a little SPRI antenna sticking up about that far out of the drone. And there's CPU and this and that in the way, you know, camera, this or that. So the range is real sketchy. The dude go out there and flew that thing a full pack. I'm like, dude, I can't believe the range you're pulling off right now, because I normally don't get that kind of shit. He was doing good, but it's hit and miss like that sometimes, you know.
Gotcha. Hey, Ed, I got a question for you. Remember when I asked you, how do you have your screen set up like that, where you have everybody in there? How do you do that again?
How do you do what?
Split.
You see how you have everybody's channel up there? How do you do that?
That's with that split, like Mike said.
Say what? Say that again.
XSplit. XSPLI. It's like OBS for dummies.
Okay, well, right now I am the dummy because I don't know what you're talking about.
But I just typed it in the chat what the name of the program is. Is
that something you have to download?
It's basically like the same program that I use. I use OBS. So it's a smaller program like I use. It's cheap, it's free, and it's simplified compared to OBS. So that's why Ed likes it.
Okay, but again, is that something I have to download?
Yeah, you got to download the program real quick. It's free. So you download XSplit Broadcaster, I think it is. And then you just pull in the files, like the web page that you want to bring in or the video camera that you want to bring in. And you can put little backgrounds up and your logos, you can drop those on and all that kind of shit. Same thing I can do with OBS.
How you doing, FPV? Sean, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in.
So basically, Adrian, XSplit becomes your camera. So, like you go into StreamYard and there's a place where you select your camera instead of whatever your camera currently is. You just choose XSplit. You leave your microphone the same. All that stays the same, but you just change the camera to XSplit. And in XSplit, the free version, you have 4 different presentations. So like this is presentation 1 that I have up right now. So I can
add
easily
multiple things to that presentation as well. Different little things like logos or whatever. You could have like one presentation scene and have like 6 different things going on your screen. So you could have like logos put up and you can have a camera here, a second camera, a web page, a screen capture, all kinds of different options you can do with it. And you could have multiple.
I mean, just like that. I switch my scene to a different thing. I switch to a different thing. So now you have a video that I already have up there.
So check this out. I'm on the XSplit website. Do I just hit where it says download broadcaster?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it says download VCam. Is that what it is?
Yep.
Yeah, is that you?
You know, I don't know. It's been a while since I did it. You know, there's that and there's
a lot of those free programs run side programs too, but most of them accessorize the program that you're downloading. So sometimes it's good to do that, but like if they're ads or like that, I usually click off them. But for the most part, I go straight to it. I've got XSplit on here, but I haven't used it in years.
Well, because you
like
OBS
a year ago or something,
on your box.
Downloaded it because
I actually have OBS on my computer, but I just found it difficult to use. You know, so
where I had no problem using OBS because I had gone through Nay's classes. Nay helps me with it. Let me put it that way. And so I kind of understood OBS and how it worked, and I went with it. So I did the XSplit to try to see if it was simplified, and it was simplified, but I had everything over in OBS, so I just went back to OBS. I do have the XSplit going, and I do have some things like worked out to play around, but OBS just seemed to work for me, so I had already figured it out.
Yeah, that's how it is with programs, you know.
Yeah,
you know, a lot of people
going down, you're like,
yeah,
it's like switching from Adobe to something else. You know?
Yeah, I use Premiere Pro, and everybody goes, "You should use this program or that program. It's so much easier, so much this, so much that." I'm like, "Yeah, but I've been using Premiere Pro for years, man. I know where everything
from Premiere to go to like Resolve or some shit. And
I look at Resolve.
A whole new training curve.
And Movati, and I've looked at
it's like, where's everything at, dude? Where's the
exactly, because who wants to pay $50-$60 a month? You know, so you look at these other deals, but you're like, man,
I think I'm paying like $30-$31 a month for Adobe.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's expensive compared to Resolve and this and that, but
those are free.
It's got everything though. It's got
everything
and tons of apps you can add to it for lighting and this and that, and it's so compatible.
I've never used. I had to admit, I've never used them. There's like 30 apps now, I think. There's like 30 apps now, something like that, 20 or 30 apps.
I don't use half of them, dude. I don't use half of them.
Any of them but Premiere Pro.
Yeah, once you got Premiere Pro, all the basic additions to Premiere Pro already accented enough that you don't really need to do anything unless you're like really super into video publishing and making movies or this or that, where you need all that fancy shit. You don't need all that, dude. I use basic transitions for my shit and all that, and yeah, dude.
Dissolve the black. That's all I ever use. Dissolve the black.
I like those chrome effects. The chrome effects, like the flash of the light where it kind of blurs in the middle and does some weird. I like those.
You know, the best thing that ever happened to the camera drones and the worst thing at the same time is the same thing that's going to end up happening in the FPV, in my opinion. They make it too good. You know, back when I
so clean, you don't even want to watch. It's the same shit.
Fly away. You have no idea. You have many a white knuckle session flying, you know, a camera drone, like, oh my God, what's it going to do? And every time you launched the 3DR Solo, for example, you had no idea what it was going to do. You really didn't. You know, you're just happy. It came back. Yay. You know, it landed. Yay. Everything's a victory. You know what I mean?
It's still good GPS.
Yay. You know, everything was a victory. You know, now it's like you launch the thing. You can push a couple buttons and read a book, and it comes back and lands itself.
Yeah, there's always DJI refresh if it doesn't work, right?
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, you know, it's rare. It's rare. Flyaways are rare. When people talk about flyaways,
even the FPV quads have got return to home features depending on what program you use. Like Mitch uses the iNav a lot.
Right.
He's got into the GPS type thing where, dude, he's got drones that are 5-inch race drones that'll do a return to home and land themselves, dude.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
It's like,
get to that point.
Yeah, Adrian wished he had that today.
Yeah, that's my point. It's going to get to. It's going to get there. Camera tools are already there. And the FPV drones are going to get the same way. It's going to creep in, creep in. Like automatic translation from cars. You know, it's going to creep in. And the next thing you know, they're going to be nothing to worry about anymore.
All right.
You know, you're going to be flying, and if something messes up, the drone will just go up. And it'll fly back and brush your hair for you, hold your hair while you cry about, you know, your harrowing experience, and then put itself in the case.
Take care, Lloyd, man. Have a good night.
Have a good night, Lloyd. But hey, no problem. Hey, they say that it's 3 more minutes for this to download. So if you guys just stick around for a minute, let me go ahead and test it out because I really want to get into this, man.
What are we testing out?
No, the XSplit thing.
Oh, okay.
It's 3 more minutes for it to be done. Yeah. I just want to go ahead and do it.
Dude, I'll tell you what. Right now, Ed is the expert on XSplit. He's got that shit going on. He's got it pimping like OBS. So if you have any questions on XSplit, I would say ask Ed.
Thank the Lord.
And he could direct you in a right direction. I know it's taking him some time, and he's gotten better at it, but man, he switches that shit up. He's got XSplit down pretty good.
Here comes the bus, Ed.
I know. I just got one of those.
10 o'clock in the morning. I was sleeping in, but Adrian's going to be requesting text.
Mike quit.
You're standing report.
Adrian's a cool guy, but man, I'll tell you what, I get a text from Adrian. I'm like, oh man, do I answer it right now? Is this going to take a minute? I'm not sure if it's going to be a minute or it's just a quick, hey, what's going on? I'm happy.
That's so funny.
And then, he got that DJI FPV drone, dude. He hit me up and it was like, dude, I'm so happy. And then like an hour later, he's like, oh man, this thing is the shit. And it was like all day long, he was flying the FPV and he was like hitting me up. I was like, man, that's so cool.
So Adrian, we're gonna see you next year. What?
Most definitely.
This hasn't been announced and official yet, Ed, but I canceled my trip to Alaska.
Oh, did you?
We canceled the yacht or whatever it is. Yeah, we canceled the Norwegian cruise to Alaska. So
why?
The cruise was going to cost us almost $4,700.
Damn.
We still have to get plane tickets to Seattle from there.
Wow.
And back.
Right.
And currently, I can't even get a plane ticket from here to Seattle and back.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't even know what the fucking cost is going to be in 2022 in May to get to Alaska or Seattle and back. So we're like, you know what? We'll just cancel that. We're going to put the money back in the pot. And so this summer, our strife is to get out of this rental and buy a house.
There you go. Well, that sounds
I've been
like
working on building my credit with like some bullshit like Capital One and this and that with Best Buy credit cards and whatnot, you know, playing around with them, trying to build my credit. And so my credit score, I checked it today, is like a 671. So for somebody who's raised 5 kids and got shit credit and this and that, we're doing pretty good on my part. So I should be able to get financed for a house this summer with that credit score. Yeah. And we just got accepted with the bullshit with all this COVID and everything for special financing because of our income bracket on top of that. So we're going to just try to invest and put it all towards getting a deposit and buying a real house and not having a rental payment anymore.
Yeah, this is the bad market timing, though. I got
it's bad, but it's good. We just had that flood up here, so it's kind of bad, but it's kind of good because I could buy some place like cheap that wasn't flooded out bad or this or that, and be able to remodel cheap. And so there's lots of opportunities. So we'll see what the summer provides, but that frees me up to be able to go down to Florida in 2021 and do a road trip or whatever. So I'm going to have to get up with Carlos and see what he's working, and maybe we can do the roundabout, and maybe Lon, I don't know if Lon's going down.
I'll go.
Yeah, so
I can go every weekend. So let's go.
I'm just saying, man, you know, there's lots of options out there for it. So we got a year to plan, and it kind of frees that up. So I might be going down next year too.
That'd be awesome, Mike.
Yeah, it'd be good. I had a good time.
Go for like a week.
Yeah,
I don't want to go for a weekend.
Man, maybe a week and hit it up. That
way, it's too quick.
I've never been to Florida. This is my first trip to Florida, and I didn't see shit in Florida because all I did was flew drones. So it's like I've never been anywhere and seen shit in Florida. Dude, I barely got A1A, right?
Holy
Ed was with me. I barely saw A1A. So
I should have scooped you up. I drove around all day.
Dude, yeah, dude.
I got up one morning and I drove until we went to dinner.
Yeah.
I mean, literally all day long. I ran like 2 tanks of gas in that Toyota piece of crap I had rented.
I'd like to take a week of it and plan ahead, and maybe even bring the wife down and do that kind of thing, and just break away for FPV here and there and make it more of a vacation.
Hey, Mike, hold on. Hey, Ed, since you're the one that know about this, I finished downloading it. Now it says that it's calibrating. It says calibration allows us to improve the performance for VCAM. VCAM will run hardware tests to check on your system. And it's doing like running. What do I need to leave it alone while it's doing that?
Yeah. Leave it alone.
It's probably checking your system to see what your system capabilities are and doing a test and trying to set up your basic standards as far as how your stream's going to run, this or that or the other thing. So like when you pop up a video, how fast it's going to display. It's probably going through and calibrating your system right now.
All right, hold on.
Checking what your system can do and what their system can do and making it the most efficient to run.
I never have.
That's the thing with XSplit. It's supposed to be simplified. It does it all itself pretty much. You put in some additions as far as telling it what to do, but there's no all that extra settings like OBS. You got to go in and change your baud rates to slow it down or this or that, depending on what your internet speed is and your stream speed. And so XSplit is supposed to be more like a simplified version where it pulls all that information and tries to calibrate it itself.
I just say that I got an error on it.
Well, you're streaming now. That was the question I was trying to get out. Is that, can it work while you're streaming?
It's probably not recommended. While you're streaming and downloading and pulling in, and it's trying to get that resource and check thing, it's probably not the best recommended time.
Actually, I think VCam is an extension of XSplit.
That could be too.
I don't think VCam is what you want.
And which it probably, if he makes sure he doesn't start up, like he clicks that little box so that it starts up every time the computer starts, it probably won't matter after this anyway, but it may be a calibration that, I don't know.
All right.
Like I said, I don't use XSplit a whole lot. I downloaded it and used it a little bit just to try it out because Ed was liking it so well. And OBS was there, and I had some extra shit, and OBS made simpler.
All right. Well,
you're right, Lloyd.
Lloyd's
saying to pull your string a little bit tighter on your internet connection.
Yeah, pretty much. But hey, guys, it's about to be a minute. I'm about to go ahead and call this.
Oh shit! It is.
Night, man.
Hey, later, Adrian. I'm ready to go too.
Hey, thank you so much for coming in, buddy. Lon, everybody that came in.
We're all sorry about your loss tonight, dude. Go out and look for it in the morning. I hope you find it. If not, don't give up, bro. It's like $100, dude. We beat that shit up. We throw it away all the time in FPV. You're going to get used to it. It's a tough loss at first, yes. But with FPV, dude, I smashed some shit up, dude. I mean, I beat things up. You're going to spend some money. So a little loss of $100 is kind of like, oh, I got to buy a new flight controller that burned up.
All right, man.
That's what it comes down to with us.
Thank you, man. Everybody in the chat, I appreciate you guys, man.
So
thank you, Big Mike, Big Lon, Big Mike. Thank you, man. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate all the love and support. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys later on. Be on the lookout for some of my videos that I'm actually going to go flying with my DJI FPV drone. Hopefully coming soon. See you later. Good night.